Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 335 for December 19th, 2019. I am one of your hosts, the jolly, the festive, Trevor the Furlatte.
Really?
I know.
I'm the other one, Kelly.
No one's believing that. No one's believing that for a second.
And I'm the blue and bald Adriel.
And handsome.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you just told him he was handsome, right?
Hold on. I did a thing. I don't want to. If this is gonna, I'm gonna try something here. If I hang up, I'll come right back. All right. That's good. Good. I didn't hang up. See, I'm festive. I'm wearing a Christmas hat. Ignore the fact that it says Bahaba on the front. I'm wearing a Christmas hat.
Really? And it's black, yes.
It's this is the Christmas show. Where is your Christmas spirit?
Mine? Mine says, oh dear, Christmas is here, and I have a tree in the background.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, you're actually kind of winning there. And our special guest is that mistletoe? Do we get to make out? No, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. All right. So hey, I'm glad you're here. Before we jump into what we did this week in guns, we've asked Tracy Wilson from the CCFR to come on and share or give an update about today's really exciting news from the CCFR. So, Tracy, a big bomb drop today. How exciting.
Yes, today was a really fun day. So, usually when Rod and I are cooking up these schemes or these ideas of things that we want to try, we usually take a couple days, discuss it between the two of us, go back and forth and see if we think it's going to be a great idea or not. And our idea was this, that regardless of what the government's doing, a big influence on that government has been the Canadian Doctors for Protection from Guns.
And if I might add, they have an influence on the non-gun owning public. They're doctors. Everything they say is accurate and honest, right?
That's right. And I mean, the only opportunity to this point that we've kind of had to face off with her was I did a little piece with her on CBC, actually on my birthday. And I had to leave my birthday dinner, 8:00 at night, go down to the CBC studios, get mic'd up. And
it's not fair. It's not every day you turn 29.
Well, correct.
That's you kind of got ripped a little bit there, but I appreciate you. Again, you give and give and give.
That's right.
Thank you.
But here's the funny part. Is I did it from the CBC studios in Ottawa. And of course, Dr. Najma Ahmed is in Toronto. So she joins from Toronto and she shows up to the studio and puts on her white lab coat and her stethoscope. Like it's theater,
It is theater for them.
Like if
what are you doing? Did you show up in multicam with an AR song?
No, I showed up like a normal person because that's what I am, right? I mean, I'm not going to get in costume for an interview. I thought we were there to have a rational discussion. I held my own against her, actually, and it was okay. But other than that, the only other times we hear from them is when they testify at the House or the Senate. And of course, that's garbage. To be perfectly honest, we testify there too. And you're there as an expert. You can say whatever you want, whether it's true or not. And it's recorded on the Hansard, right? It's counted as evidence. So it's been really frustrating watching some of the dishonesty and the hyperbolic stuff coming out of them. So we've always, all along this journey, have offered them an open discussion, right? Like let's sit down. Hey, we also want to find a way to solve the rising gun crime in Toronto and other cities across our country. But that's not really what they're looking for, right? They're not looking for that honest discussion. And we thought, how can we convince them to just sit down and talk? If the idea here is to increase public safety, we could be great allies in that fight. So Rod came up with this idea that, what kind of things could we coerce her into having that conversation with? And we know that there's a lot of groups in Toronto doing great work for children and at-risk youth. You've got the Boys and Girls Club. You've got the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. There's multiple organizations, right? And we thought, what if we throw some big chunks of money, like actual donations from the CCFR to these organizations if she agrees to come and have the discussion? Now, this isn't meant to be like a, put one person in one corner of the ring.
Back that up. What you just said was, if she agrees to come have a discussion, we're going to give somebody money.
Yeah.
That's the carrot.
That's the carrot. So here's
Beautiful.
the thing. She keeps saying the evidence is clear and overwhelming that private...
overwhelm me, doctor.
Right.
Overwhelm me.
Private firearms ownership is a public health crisis, right? This is what she says.
Not fentanyl. That's not a crisis.
Right?
Firearms ownership is a health crisis. Yeah, okay.
So
I feel overwhelmed with bullshit, frankly, but sorry, carry on.
So if that's the case and she believes in what she says, then she should welcome the opportunity to come to a platform that she didn't have to pay for. We'll pay for it. We'll provide, do all the logistics. You come, destroy us. Just come and destroy us. Just annihilate our positions. And at the same time, raise a whole bunch of money for some great organizations. This is a win-win, doctor.
Yep.
Right?
Come tear us apart with your overwhelming facts and evidence. And for your effort, which should be minimal because you're so sure,
That's correct.
$15,000 will be donated to charity.
That's correct. So, I think it's a win-win. We can have somebody independent moderate it. We laid out kind of the rules of engagement where there will be a question. Each side would have 3 minutes to respond back and forth. And that way you get a really good, can really dig into the issue and investigate it. And of course, we have not heard. As Rod was on the radio today announcing it, I put it all out there. I did email it to the Canadian Doctors for Protection from Guns, as well as an entire slate of media personalities. And we're all waiting with bated breath for her to accept the offer to come and destroy Rod Giltaca and do a really great thing for the children of Toronto.
So, couple of thoughts on this. One of the things I like most about this is if this takes off, if this gains traction in the mainstream media, this gives us an opportunity to have a platform to tell the truth. The government has been lying to Canadians for the last couple of years. They're telling and lies, just plain lies. And this will give us an opportunity to have our voices heard on mainstream media, because they won't give us the time of day. But this is interesting. This could gain mainstream media attention. The whole reason for the existence of the CCFR is to dispel myths about gun owners in Canada, convince or to educate the non-gun owning public. And when the government buys the media and controls it, only their narrative is told. This gives us an opportunity to get our side of the story, the true side of the story, the facts, the actual data out there, and let Joe Canadian know how bad they're being lied to about the facts of firearm ownership in Canada.
That's right. And at the same time, I want to elevate the debate. I'm sick and tired of being on Twitter. They've got us all blocked, but obviously they have troll accounts because they screenshot our tweets, and then they, it's like flinging dung at us 24/7. And literally what we want is a conversation. So
Twitter's a cesspool. Yeah. You can't.
Yeah, it's a total toilet. Yeah.
You cannot accomplish anything productive on Twitter. It is just like you said, it's a dung flinging contest. If we can have Rod and I'm sorry, what's her name again? I've never bothered to learn.
Dr. Najma Ahmed.
Najma Ahmed. So if Rod and Dr. Najma Mohammed could actually get on the stage at the same time within the context of an actual professional debate, it would be epic. And I called Rod today. after you and I Facebooked. I called Rod, and he answered the phone like he often does for a lot. I'm like, first word out of my mouth, brilliant. This is just brilliant. Because that's what it is. And then, of course, I had to steer the conversation a little bit into like, I would love to be a fly on the wall at the offices of the other gun orgs. You know, like, why, man, I just.
Yeah. It's this is a really big fight, and there's no one way that's going to win it, and maybe all the ways might not win it. But here's the thing: it is incumbent on us to try every single thing we can, no matter what it is, whether it's lobbying efforts, whether it's public education, whether it's stuff like this. You know, you can call it a publicity stunt. At the end of the day, you know, if we really want to dig down and find the root causes of violence in the streets of Toronto and cities across our country, we have to sit down at the table and be adults. Right. And if we have to pay money to do that, you know, that's exactly what we'll do. And of course, there's a $20 admission that we put on that, but we're not taking that $20. We're going to give it to local food banks in the Toronto area, in the Greater Toronto area. So this has the potential of helping a lot of people, and even just maybe finding some understanding between us. And if she can't do that, then I think the evidence is clear and overwhelming that she's not interested in public safety or having a rational discussion.
You're absolutely right. I mean, there's no reason, like, she can't win. If she debates Rod, we tell the facts, she loses. If she doesn't go through with this, then she is giving up an opportunity for needy charities to receive $15,000 is the number on it right now, not including the take at the door.
It would be better if she joins, we pay the $15,000 to the charities, but if she doesn't, we put the $15,000 towards something bad. That would be ideal.
Well,
I don't think we want to play those games. So we will kill $15,000 worth of puppies if you don't do this. It's not the approach here, Pedro.
Thank you for indulging me.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, I think the idea here is, gun owners are charitable people. We all know that through the Podcasters Charity Shoot every year, among Ladies' Days event, all the events all across the country, all year long, gun owners are giving. And I think this is a win for everybody. And yeah, I mean, if she really believes in her clear and overwhelming evidence, then she should welcome this. And if she doesn't, then she's damned if she does and shamed if she doesn't.
That's right.
Exactly.
Now, everything we at the CCFR does draws criticism. It's the nature of this community. We're pretty splintered. We're not very united. There's one thing that the antis have in common is that they can all agree on one thing, is that they want our guns. Gun owners are constantly throwing each other in the bus and picking the orgs, pick on each other and fight. And then the members of the community, pick orgs. And if you remember one org, you got to hate the other org. And it's very toxic. Yeah, it's very toxic.
It's why we don't win. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right. So, I mean, unity is more important than ever right now with the bans looming over our heads. So with that in mind, I thought when this first came out, I saw this morning, I'm like, this is neat, but is this what we should be doing? And then eventually I picked up the phone, and it wasn't very long, even for me, and I'm a slow learner. We all learn at different rates. My rate is backwards. And I called Rod, and like I said, the first words out of my mouth were brilliant. So to answer some of those criticisms, and I mean, it's like, I'm a member of the CCFR, the director here, proud member. One of the things that I will say to critics, if I encounter anybody or any here in New Brunswick, is, why this now? This started before the gun ban loom fell over us. Keep that in mind. Like, this idea has been cooking for a long time, and those of us, the directors of the CCFR, know this has been in the works now for quite some time. So just because the gun ban is coming doesn't mean this idea should have been scrapped. So that's one. And the second point is, this plays into our mandate 100%. Our mandate is to educate the non-gun owning public, and this gives us an opportunity to go mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great opportunity. You know, I've been making a series of really common tweets, things like, you know, all semi-automatics in Canada are pinned to a maximum of 5 rounds. And people are commenting, well, wait a minute, I thought you guys had AR-15s. And I'm like, oh, we do, but our mags are pinned to 5. And people don't even know that. So they're being misled to think that we're running around the streets of Ottawa and Toronto, you know, with full auto drum mags. Like, I mean, it sounds like a fantasy to me, but
where's the bloodshed, right? Where are all the bodies?
Yeah, like
This doesn't exist. Yeah. So
this is the thing. And yeah, they can criticize all they want. It's very easy to criticize from the comfort of your cozy office while we're out there sticking our necks out and taking the jabs. So
yeah,
I let that criticism roll completely off my back. We don't just jump on an idea and run out there, you know, half naked, not knowing what we're doing. We take some time.
Easy.
Okay.
We jump out there half naked a lot.
Sometimes we do that.
Right. But we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We
but
are
we still know what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, we tossed it back and forth, and it actually evolved, as do all our ideas. You know, sometimes just like with the Integrity Tour, it evolved from maybe getting somebody else to, you know, we're having trouble getting billboards, and we ended up, hey, what if we got somebody to drive a U-Haul that was wrapped? Hey, wait a minute. Sorry, that's Moose. Maybe we could drive this RV, right, and stay in it. Like, these ideas evolve, and we work through it together. It's like 10 phone calls a day, kind of picking it apart and trying to find ways like it could backfire or something could go wrong, or how could we make that better? And honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I think, you know, I don't think she's going to do it personally.
Really?
But yeah, I don't think she will because here's the thing. If you know you're right, like, I jump at the chance. Anytime anybody wants to debate me, I'm raring to go. I got my cheerleader pom-poms out and I'm ready to rock and roll. And you know why? Because I'm right. Because at the end of the day, the things I say, no matter how I say them, whether you like me or not, I'm right.
Verify. So check the data.
Yeah, I can. That's right. I mean, I'm not asking for anything crazy here. I'm just asking for professional conversation.
Face it, just the simple fact that you're a woman makes you right. I mean, we all know that.
That's correct.
All right. Yeah. So if it wasn't guns, you'd be right about something else. That's just, I'm not dumb. I know how it works.
Yes, you're well aware.
Yeah. Trained.
That's good.
Yeah.
Also, there's that e-petition floating around. You can find it.
Yeah.
Easy link.
What are we getting? About 10,000 a day on it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's at like 32 or 34,000 right now, and it's been open for 2.5 days. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, it's at e2341.ca or .com. Both work and take you right to the link. And this is something I think that all Canadians can get behind, because it's not,
yes.
I took some criticism. It's not even our petition, but somebody said, well, you know, you're not asking for them to stop the gun ban, you're asking for them to debate it in Parliament. I'm like, that's right. So that's why it's reasonable. If you think that there should be a gun ban, then okay, let's explore that idea. Let's debate it democratically. Let's study the issue and listen to the experts. And at the end, let's make an educated decision.
Let's reflect.
That's due process.
Let's reflect on what you just said. We, the CCFR, is taking heat for this petition. That means that the community is so accustomed to us being out in front and doing something. When this came out, we got credit for it and then criticized for it.
Oh, yeah. Like, everybody's like, oh, you know, I specifically have refused to do any more parliamentary e-petitions. I did one with Michelle Rempel a few years back, asking for CFAC to go run themselves through the Canadian Firearm Safety course so they'd at least have some topic knowledge on the items that they are tasked with advising the minister on.
What a crazy notion.
Crazy notion, right? Yeah. God forbid our experts have any knowledge. But
it's like selling auto insurance but not having a driver's license.
Yeah, you know. So anyways, that was shot down. But I did notice an interesting phenomenon with that particular petition, because I initiated it and it was sponsored by Michelle Rempel. Then they considered it a CCFR initiative. So the other organizations wouldn't share it. Oh, no, we can't do anything that might credit. So it was so frustrating because I was like, God, we're really asking for something simple. So I refuse to put my name on anything anymore because of that. So this is not a CCFR initiative.
I want them to do something so that we can show support for it.
Hey, when the NFA won their they had some court challenge. I forget what it was now, but they had a court challenge. It was successful. I think it was eventually thrown out or whatever. But anyways, they something happened. And I did make a post on the CCFR public page congratulating them on their triumph, because a win for them is a win for all gun owners, you know? And I mean, at the end of the day, even though we're in different boats, we're supposed to be rowing in the same direction.
That's right. That's right. It's like saying municipal law enforcement are competing with federal law enforcement. Wait a second. Both law enforcement, both enforcing the law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but I tell you, like, if we came out pro oxygen, Sheldon would put a bag over his head and hold it tight. Like,
for those of you who can't see, I'm like,
Everybody
just
started
kidding.
to ponder there for a second. That's funny. Oh,
Just kidding.
Too dark.
No, well, it's an unfortunate symptom of our culture.
we need to get past it.
We totally do. I mean,
like, we put out olive branches before. We'll keep doing it. Like Rod has said many times, the other groups say we won't work with them, and we've reached out and been rejected. Like, we stick the olive branch out and it comes back with poop on it. Like, it's, you know.
Yeah.
But
well, and here's the thing, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think that you find that in a lot of communities where there's sort of that internal fighting. But to me, it's not supposed to be a competition, but also a little competition is healthy.
Yes,
and
if it encourages the other side to step up and match or try and outdo, but not destroy.
Well, that's the thing. If you're thinking like, holy shit, the CCFR is all over everything. They're doing all this crazy stuff. They're everywhere.
We should step
up.
Solution. No,
there's a solution. Get up, rise up, do something, say something.
No, instead you have our logo. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So,
all right. Well,
anyways, we're going to get at it.
Awesome. So, what's next? We're just wait.
Well, there's lots. So I know most people are off over the holidays. We are going to be working double time because we've got these huge education projects to launch coming up in January and beginning of February. The stuff is going to come rolling out like you've never seen. So it's huge. It's going to be expensive, but I think it could be like the definitive moment where we will see a positive shift in our culture. So I'm really excited about it. So I'm eager to get at it. You know me. I'm just 24 hours a day. I'm just running around like a maniac trying to do everything. But yeah, well, we've got that going on.
You have some direction. Before you were just a maniac. Now we've kind of channeled it. We're giving you a gun. Yeah, it's brilliant. That's great. What have we done?
It's good for everyone.
Yeah.
And
I feel safer.
You should. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we've got the Conservatives are going to be entering a leadership race very shortly. So, you know, there'll be some work for me there, interviewing the different candidates. Please, Lord, if you exist, or Santa, please bring me a short, quick leadership race. You know, there's 14 candidates and a 14-month long.
No, we need to get on with it.
No time for that. No time for that. So,
yeah, just throw Rona in there and let's call it a day. And
well, I can debate that for a little while, but yeah.
Well, Michelle doesn't want to go, or is she changing her mind?
Well, she hasn't really said either way.
She's when she got married, she was saying, "No, I'm married now." You know.
Yeah.
People want her to go.
We'll see. I hope that we have some really great, competent candidates come forward. But gun owners can rest assured that I will be hammering down the doors of every single one of them, ensuring that they have a great stance on firearms. Although the policy is set by the party and the members itself, it is important to have a leader.
Still don't want a red Tory.
No, man, you don't. So we'll be reporting on that, and of course, producing our infamous and copied report cards. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, Tracy, that's great. Thanks for coming on and giving us an update. We will cut you loose. This is a Christmas show, so Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll get you back on in the new year for another update.
Yeah, sounds great, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Bye, Trace.
Bye.
Okay. That was exciting stuff. Let's jump into what we did this week in guns. Keep this Christmas train, the Polar Express, going. What we did this week in guns is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. This week they have, just in time for Christmas, it's almost like a stocking stuffer if you have a proper stocking. Which I do. My stocking has Molly on it, by the way, but it's over and Velcro for patches. 14-inch Mossberg Shockwave, and they're on for $750.
Really?
Yeah, Shockwave, 14-inch. It's got the what do you call that? It's more like a club than a pistol grip. Adriel, is there a name for that? Fancy pants.
Bird's head grip.
Bird's head grip.
I
There
think
you
this
go.
This one's got the safety strap on the pump there, so that
It does. What for
yeah.
not blowing your hand off?
Right.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
dropping.
Well, there's that too. I don't mind if I drop it as long as I don't shoot myself or anyone else. But I also don't want to pump it, have my hand go in front of the muzzle, and lose some digits. That'll turn your hand into a hamburger. Next thing you know, you look like fingers from my club. Ooh, God. So, I didn't get my Christmas wish.
You didn't get your Christmas wish, which was the 14-inch Mossberg?
No,
Okay.
man. Remember last week, my Christmas wish?
No.
I
Trudeau
understand
would
why.
drop dead?
Can't
I
remember.
understand.
Can't remember last
I under-
week.
I understand why now you continue to insist that I didn't tell you I was going to Toronto. McClatchy said if I
Oh,
could.
yeah.
McClatchy's
Yes,
not
I
on.
remember that
Dave's
now.
Not on.
Mm.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
So what are you
I
gonna
didn't really know that was your Christmas wish, though.
Well, I did say it, but again, most of the time when I'm speaking on the show, my co-hosts just check their phones. I'm used to it. It's fine. Most of the time when I'm speaking, I check my phone too. So
All right.
what did I get up to? I took this beautiful thing here and went to Nova Scotia. I love Nova Scotia. Guys, I gotta listen. I leave here, it's minus 20 and cold and miserable, and polar bears can't even live here, or penguins, or reindeer. I go to Nova Scotia and it's plus 11 and there's not a drop of snow. Anyway, sure, it rained. Okay, I get it, but no snow anywhere. Plus 11. I just can't wait to get down there. It's a liberal cesspool, but the climate's more suited to my needs. So anyway, I took this beautiful Phoenix Redback and shot my second match in production optics, and it's the annual Christmas match at the AMA range, and what a heck of a lot of fun. The entire place was decorated, so shout out to everyone who put the work in. Not only does it take volunteers to get in there and build the stages, they decorated the place for Christmas trees that were freshly murdered and set out all over the place, and garland and Christmas balls. Yeah, one of the start positions, you had to hold your balls. There was two green balls you had to. So that's all good, but you know what wasn't good? My performance. My performance was less than stellar.
What
But
did you come in?
Put the videos up on Instagram, anyways.
That was good.
I did put them up anyway because, a lot of Instagram people only show their best work.
Yep.
And sure, but I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I had some challenges and some of it's a little funny. So I'm putting it all up to remind me to go fast and not suck. And so
I think
that's why
it's all about setting reasonable expectations as well, right? Because if everyone just watched the best stuff out there, they would think that's how I got to perform. And not everyone can do that. And
Nope.
sometimes it's not reality anyways, right?
Yep. So, man, there's 3-4 stages that just now. Luckily, Kelly said I did okay anyway. I finished second place,
You did.
99.15%.
Yeah.
So, a couple of lessons I learned. One, never give up on a stage. And I already know this lesson. You never give up on a stage because you don't know what the other guy's doing. He could be having a worse day than you, right?
Yep.
And twice I kind of gave up. Once I really gave up. So first stage, strong hand stage. I got hold of my balls. I let go of my balls. I draw the gun. As I draw the gun, I must have canted the gun in towards my hip and pressed the magazine release on the edge of the holster as I drew. And as the gun comes out, the magazine comes out at the same time. It's the fastest way. I've never unloaded a gun that fast before. Turns out I can unload a gun in the draw. So yeah, mag fell out. You see it in the video. It just goes to the ground. And if you listen to the video, you hear me go, "Oh, I'm good. I'm going to need that." So I shouldn't have said, made the joke, oh, I'm going to need that, and then slowly reloaded. But anyway, that was mistake number one. So there's a reason why the NEC is recommended, or maybe it's even required, that we no longer shoot stages hot in Canada. I'm not sure why, but we don't do it anymore. I know there's a lot of opportunity for things to go wrong, and I've been lucky. Like I've never had a thing go wrong.
Trevor, you're mentioning shooting stages hot.
I'm
what
getting
does that
there.
mean?
I'm gonna explain it.
All right.
So I've never had something go wrong when shooting stages hot, but oftentimes people do, and here's why. When you shoot a stage hot, the command is not, if you are finished, unload and show clear. That's typically what the arrow tells you to do. You unload your gun, you show that it's clear, you holster it, and next guy comes up and he shoots the same stage you just shot.
Right.
When you shoot stages hot, you shoot 2 to 3 stages in a row back to back, and then the next guy comes up and he does the same thing. So because you're going from one stage to the next immediately, we say we're shooting them hot. And the command is, if you're finished, reload for your next stage. All right, so I just finished shooting, right? Double action, single action. My hammer's back. So first thing I do, take out the magazine because it's not full.
Right.
Lower my hammer, holster the gun, and then I should get another mag and insert it into the gun. But I'm talking to someone and being goofy or whatever and not paying attention. I get to the next stage, beep, draw the gun, open the door, bang, click. Oh,
No mag.
What do you do with a click? Tap rack. I tap, I rack, I extend the gun back out when I realize I just tapped an empty mag well. There's no mag in the gun. Bring the gun back, insert a mag, rack the slide, go back, shoot the stage. What?
You were busy talking, weren't you?
Possibly. It's possible, Kelly, that the ADD got a hold of me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so before the next stage, I really took time to compose myself. The next stage went great. Then there was another stage, and I still won it in my division only. And this is what saved me, and this is what got me in 99.15. Is I won the mediums and the longs. When I messed up a stage, I messed up a short stage, but I won all the big stages in my division. To be clear, like I finished like 12th overall again. So this stage, I did one mag change out of order. I mag changed too soon, and then I.
Is
Oh,
that just him?
yeah, that's just Tim. Let's see if anybody notices.
This is what it was like when he realized that his gun didn't have any ammo in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or when the mag accidentally dropped out. That's
I
what
hear
happened.
everything you're saying, jerks. I hear everything. Am I back?
You were froze up.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
All right.
We saw what you all
Sorry.
your dental work though.
I've never had dental work in my life.
Oh, okay.
I've been a dentist like I can count on one hand.
Really?
True story.
You need to go to the dentist.
I've got great dental hygiene. I just don't go to the dentist.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, a little known for latte trivia fact right there. He doesn't go to the dentist. So, oh yeah, one mag change at a place, and then it just was a ripple effect. Yeah, and all the mag changes had. So I ended up doing like 3 extra mag changes and cutting a whole bunch of time. It was just awful. And in the middle, right before the match started, I helped a guy from Nova Scotia, Scott, with his optic. His optic mount came loose, so I got it tightened again, and then he had to go sight in. But I had her locked down. He wanted to back it up a little bit because when I locked it down, it raised the front of the mount, which doesn't matter. You're going to zero it in. Doesn't matter how it looks. It just needs to not move. Backed it up a little bit to get the mount to come back down a little bit, but it didn't stay tight for the match. So he's supposed to be sending the slide and the optic to Denis to mill the slide so that you can put the optic right on the slide. He did 2 this week, and they came out awesome. So that's the thing.
You're saying that Denis can mill a slide for an optic?
Yeah.
Oh.
Adriel is going to be all over that.
Adriel, you will not send us a 1911 to do this.
Why not?
Because it's blasphemy.
No.
Like, what are we going to turn into Bubba over here?
It's a Noriko 1911.
The Stoke. Thank you very much. Yes. He did 2, and hopefully another one's in the mail. The reason why you want to do this, so for when production optics was first a thing, you were not allowed to mill your slide. You had to buy an optics ready gun. Like this gun here, my Phoenix Redback, for the viewers who are looking, right underneath the optic is a plate. So it's not a dovetail mount, but it is a plate. The optic is screwed to the plate screwed to the slide. If I want to switch this to an iron-sighted gun, I remove that plate and put the plate that has the dovetail on it. That's a lot of guns come from the factory like that now. Shadow 2, the Walther, Q5 Match, etc., and so on. If you have an old school Shadow 1 or Shadow 2 that is not optics ready, you are now allowed in the rules to send your slide to a gunsmith and have him mill the slide and attach the optic directly to it. So there's fewer points of or potential failure points in that there's no longer a dovetail mount that can come loose, an optic that could go loose on the mount, and you lower your, I'm not sure who you're waving at, so I'm going to assume it's me because that's the kind of egomaniac I am, and I'll wave back. You can attach the optic right to the slide, and it gets a lower height over bore. So it's more natural when you transition from iron sights. Like when you get that optic really high, you get an index differently. So anyway, good times were had by all.
Good.
And then something else I did, and this is a shout out to Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas, I don't think was a regular listener until I told him that we talk crap about him on a regular basis. So I think now he's just listening to hear if we're going to talk crap about him. So I'm talking crap about him. He lent me these wonderful solid brass 1911 grips to try out. So even
Serious?
he gave them to me before I switched over to. He didn't give them to me. He let me borrow them to try them. So he let me borrow them to try them before I switched to production optics. And I forgot they were in my gun bag, and I found them at the match the other day. So I threw them on, and awesome! Like it adds a lot of meat. Yeah,
low down too.
Right where it should be on a 9mm 1911, it should be down here underneath the magwell or on the grips, not up front. So, and this is all about getting the gun to return to zero, so that when your gun recoils, the sight comes back down and stops at zero, not dipping down lower. So, put those on, and then I set up a belt because tomorrow after work we head to Filthy's for our annual Star Wars trip. Every year when Star Wars comes out, me and Snuffleupagus and Filthy and some of the other guys, Mini-Me, we all go to watch Star Wars. So we're going to watch Star Wars, then we're going to get drunk. Then we're going to go to the range on Saturday and test some ammo that I loaded and shoot some guns. And then we're going to Star Wars. So it's Friday night drunk, Saturday morning range, Saturday night Star Wars, then drunk, then Sunday morning steel match where I will be shooting the gun I bought back from Merc Crane, my limited custom. It's a fun match. I'm not worried about, shooting this one. When I go to the level 2s, the IPSC level 2s, I'm going to stay in production optics. But I love that gun so much, and I haven't shot it since I got it back. So I set up a belt for it last night so I could shoot. This would be limited because we're using USPSA Steel Challenge rules. So that'll be on Sunday. And then Sunday night, we're going to get drunk. And then Monday, I'm going to go shopping hungover and then come home. Yes. And then today, yeah. And I worked at DC Armory a couple of times. Today, I went there and did some stuff. Morgan Swant, if you're listening, we're in the middle of butchering up your 1911, same as what we did to Adriel's. So, yeah, he's got an Norinco 1911 sent it to us. We're going to do the dovetail cut for the front sight. We're going to switch it to a Dawson like yours, right? Same rear sight as we put on yours.
Use a different front sight and rear sight.
Why?
Mine was they weren't the right heights. Don't use the ones that we used on mine.
Okay. Well, the rear sight we can use, but we need to get a higher front sight, right?
And mill it further back from the front, because if you get it that close to the front, it gets too much powder spill on it, and it gets real dark from all the carbon.
Oh. Yeah. So you're suggesting the front sight needs to go back some?
From where you guys put it on mine, yeah.
Oh, because all
that's
we do
an option. Yeah.
Well, it's an option. If we cut straight through the middle of the previous dovetail, then what we could do this time is use the leave the front edge and just cut further back. Yeah, rather than cut a complete path down the middle and extend it front and back, we could leave the front. Or we could just weld it up and blend it and cut a fresh one.
That
So
sounds like a lot of work.
it's a lot of work on the back, let me tell you. I was doing some of the blending work today and then, got it to close enough. Now we'll cut the dovetail and then blend it. Who do you keep waving to? It's so distracting.
Everybody keeps saying hi to me, so I keep waving. Hi.
Yeah, that's all I did. Oh, that's not all I did. This came in. There's supposed to be two. There's supposed to be another one here today, but this came in. Oh yeah, shout out to Tim Thomas and Casper. You guys remember Casper, the guy from the Miramichi?
Yep.
I think he goes by Chris Nichols, but we call him Casper because the man is pale. He's a ginger from Newfoundland, and he's very pale, pasty even. So Casper it is. All right, so. He acquired a box of ammo from somebody in whatever stories. But anyway, I acquired a lot of the items in that box and I sent you guys pictures of the cool 22 stuff. So
Yep.
some nice additions to my ammunition collection there. 2 boxes of whiz bangs, 1 long, 1 short. Awesome. And then that Russian stuff. I didn't know what the hell
That
that is.
stuff would look cool.
It's very cool. Yeah. Too bad there's 1 round missing. And then some old school CIL stuff. So I got a box of ammo and some 16 gauge stuff, some 20 gauge stuff. So I got that from Casper. And then Tim Thomas, a shout out to him. Not only did he hook me up with the brass grips, ta-da! My first nylon 66 is in the house. Yeah. They're so light. I forgot how light they are. Yeah, so I bought this off a dude on CGN, and Mr. Thomas went to pick it up for me. The condition is I paid $275 for this, so the condition is what it is. It's pretty good. It's not like filthy. Filthy is like minty, but I swear to God, if you wave one more time, Adriel, you're just trying to fit in.
I'm in, yeah.
The only issue is the screw, the elevation screw on the rear sight.
Oh.
It's not original, but I
No.
will.
I thought they were originally like a panhead Phillips.
Nope.
Just a real ugly panhead.
No, pretty sure that's not right. Yeah. And it doesn't seem to move. You would think it's spring-loaded steel, right? So anyway, I gotta look into that and order in the. I'll probably never get an original. I get a repop, So yeah, and then Tim Thomas hooked me and the Captain Andy up with a box of ammunition.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, and there's some reloading stuff in there. Like I've got some primers for 12 gauge or for shotgun, and some muzzle loading stuff, and some other cool little things. So shout out to him for that. So, yep. And my other one, my Seneca Green, made in Canada, nylon 66. Well, according to the tracking number, hasn't left Edmonton, but is supposed to be here today. It did not arrive. Now, if you like nylon 66s and you want to collect all the color phases and you want to collect some Canadian-made ones, there is a Seneca Green made in Canada at the Calgary Shooting Center right now.
Is there?
Yep. So Jeff is like, call me. This is going to cost you money. But I already had one, so...
How much is it?
Stand by. I think it was.
There's Trevor prices, right? And then there's probably the public prices. Or no?
I think this was the retail on it.
Okay.
It says, $750. Yeah. No, I didn't pay that for mine, but it's in really nice condition. So. Yep. How about you? Who's next?
You're the host, so
yeah,
you kind of dictate that.
Okay, well, I'm going to be a dick and Tate that Kelly goes next.
Okay,
sweet. Okay, so on Saturday I went to SFRC because you know what, it was Saturday and it's SFRC. Even though it was busy, I decided that it was probably a good idea. I went and I offered to pick up some mags for a friend of mine. She needed them for New Year's, so said I'll go and do it because I'm going there anyways. And I wanted to tell everybody that we're going to be having a Gunny Girl calendar signing on January 11th with them. So we're going to start advertising it. We have 4 ladies from the Ottawa, Kingston area that are going to be at SFRC. So just want everybody to know about that. So I'm going to be there. Kelly Kincaid's going to be there. We're not in the calendar, but we're going to be there as well. Maybe Tracy will be there. I'm not sure. But anyways, come out to SFRC on January 11th. Get your calendar signed. Now, speaking about calendars, I got my calendars in. Yay! And I sent a bunch of them out today. So all my co-hosts now have calendars in the mail. I know that you actually ordered them anyways. The calendars are $20 a piece. And if you go on to the if you go onto the CCFR website and go into the shop. No, I know that you actually ordered them anyways. Hello. somebody's listening live. So go to the CCFR website, order the calendar, and then you can actually, when you get it, register it. There's a number on the back. And register it, and you'll be entered into the biweekly prizes as well. And I wanted to say thank you to all the sponsors for the individual months, but also for the monthly prize pack as well. We were talking about Jeff Reese, actually. He's one of the sponsors. He's for April. April's kind of awesome, actually. So some of the calendar, you guys, this calendar is probably the best calendar that we've done so far. So, and all the proceeds will be going. What?
Is Yolanda in the calendar?
No, she's not. And
I rest my case.
Okay, you know what? Just
this one's good for this year, though. It's got like the dates are all correct, and
yeah,
it's handy.
The dates are correct. Yeah.
We learned how to calendar at the CCFR. Yay!
Shut up.
It's like selling calculators with a 9 on them. Like, what do you turn it upside down? Maybe, I don't know.
I'm gonna take my calendars back that I got you guys.
They're already in the mail.
I know.
Federal offense.
Okay, so just saying, go and get a calendar. You win extra prizes. Adriel's not allowed to enter this year,
Yes, I am, and I will. And I will win more stuff.
There's some really great prizes. So, and thank you to everybody. So, yeah, we're going to get more ladies into shooting. One of the other things that I wanted to say is that I'm working, I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of messages with respect to Project Mapleseed about hosting events for next year. Continue to send those to me as well, info@mapleseedrifleman.com. And we'll get you guys set up for some events, maybe, hopefully. And Adriel and I are going to have a meeting soon.
Yes.
And yeah, so Adriel, I appreciate you, by the way. Just wanted to say that. Yeah, we need a meeting so that we can set up some events. Because guess what? You're going to have a lot of events. So, yep. I know. If we can clone you, that'd be great. But we can't. So.
Yeah, we can.
All right.
Take the IITs, get them to do lots of events, make them instructors, cloned.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, do they have to shave their heads? Do they have to?
It's optional. Highly recommended. It's streamlined. It's perfect for
Yep. It's the go fast, don't suck look.
Okay. All right. So that's everything that I've done with guns this week. Adriel, what about you?
Cool. All right. Let's see. We're streaming on Facebook, and we're using a different Skype thing because what with the mouths moving and the audio not working, I haven't figured out a way to make myself big for everyone else. So they're just gonna look at you this whole time. But I'm in the corner doing
phrasing
stuff.
Definitely phrasing. I figured out how to make myself big for people years ago, buddy. You want some help? Stay after the call. I'll walk you through it.
I don't know. I don't know if you can help me. YouTube, in their most recent update to their privacy policy, creator, community standards, whatever the thing is, said, no handling guns on live stream. It's fine if you show them later, but you can't handle them on live stream. So we are live streaming to Facebook, and
how long will this last?
I don't know. Let's wait till Facebook kicks us off. We have about double the amount of people that normally watch our YouTube watching on Facebook, though. So
interesting. It's almost like we're the #1 live Canadian pro-gun podcast.
Yeah, weird. Let's see. So what did I do? I went to a Mapleseed boot camp on Saturday. So we had bunch of the IITs out at Sherwood Park, and we ran a little boot camp and shot some rapid fire MQTs in the snow, and that was a lot of fun. Really easy to do. Yeah, really good.
I don't think were you abused as a child? Like, you think this is fun? Parents never took you to Disney World, did they? It's not fun.
Well, I've shot enough 3-gun matches in like -25 where if it's -10 and there's a bunch of snow out, it feels great. I've got clothes for it. I go outside. I'm good to go.
You wear a onesie sleeping bag. That's not clothing.
Option. Yeah, that's another option.
Another option.
Yeah. Let's see. So I did that. That was neat. I fixed a Remington 581, so it had that magazine guide thing broken. I fixed it, put it up on YouTube if you care. If you don't have a Remington 581, you don't. But I will put a review video on that rifle up as well. And then I did some work to my 1022. So this is the one that's got the crappy plastic Tapco. I think it was a Tapco. Whatever.
It is a Tapco.
Yeah, it is.
Military grade plastic Tapco
Looks
stock.
like an SKS, for Christ's sakes.
They have an SKS stock that looks just like this. Yep.
Awful.
That's
what did I do?
one that cost you $50, right?
Yeah, it was $50. Yeah.
Right.
The price is right.
What
What did I do with this one? So I was having the odd stovepipe with this rifle. In the
What were you
summer.
using?
I don't know. I can't. A variety of ammo, and I was getting the odd stovepipe. So I replaced the extractor. And while I was replacing the extractor, it was like, well, you can get the extractor, or you can get the extractor and the firing pin from Volquartsen.
Right. Get the whole Volquartsen kit at the same time. I did that to mine.
So
It's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I did that.
I did everything to mine except for the actual sear. I'm using all Volquartsen parts on a Ruger sear. At the time, you could get the hammer, but you couldn't get the sear separate. But now you can. So just one of these days, I got to throw it in my cart.
I don't actually care about the trigger pull on this thing. I just care that it runs reliably.
Obviously, if you put it in Tapco stock, you don't care about a lot of things.
I just threw in a Timony trigger, that's all.
I replaced the mag catch, so rather than using the red extended one that goes down here and was kind of hard to get to, I put the paddle one back on, and it's going to be easier to use than that red.
Solve this problem with a Matador arm.
I was just going to say, you know what you should do? You should install the Matador arm one.
The best one on the market.
Matador arms is good.
Yeah. Maybe. I think that's all the stuff I did to this one. Yeah. Yep. And then one thing that I was considering was my GSG came with this little bent 90-degree brush for the chamber, and I thought it was the handiest thing ever. Because typically with a 22, you shoot a whole bunch of crappy ammo, the chamber gets dirty and it gets like lead in there, and then you start having jams, right? I was looking online, and apparently you can just get a 25 caliber pistol brush and just bend it like this. So it's just a 25
sneaky dog.
Yeah, and then if you start getting stoppages because of chamber, you just jam that into the chamber and wiggle it a bit around in there, and then that's it.
Instead of drilling a hole in the back of your receiver. Wow.
Or instead of doing the pull through. But the thing is, like at Maple Seeds, doing a pull through is like, now you got to put this string in there and point the gun down and pull it through the other side and put your hand in front of the muzzle and blah, 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 blah. Or you can take one of these and just...
How much are they? Because you were talking about it.
$3.
How much
they're pennies.
$3. Yeah.
Okay, buy a couple of dozen of them and
then just bend them like that. Now, yeah. I think that's the ticket there. So that was kind of neat. Took a trip down to Calgary, met up with Jason Philp, and he gave me a bunch of flapjacks.
Flapjacks?
Yeah, which are like these plasticky, rubbery kind of things. So,
which I can show you. Just hold on.
There we go. Yeah, mine are downstairs.
Because
I'm hungry.
Flapjacks. So Matador Arms actually made these as well, but they're
originally
not
sold as a sex toy. repurposed. See,
That's how they
you
get
went
used,
right
yep.
there immediately without hesitation.
She knows how they use.
So, so Matador Arms made these, and they helped Project Maple Seed out with them. They're reactive targets, and we were using them for kids, but they no longer make them. So, but the charity shoot, they gave a bunch to the charity shoot, and Jason Phelps had a bunch left over, and I asked them for them, and Adriel and he met up. So that's awesome. Now we have flapjacks for all of our regions.
Yeah.
I just totally talked over Adriel. Sorry.
That's fine. You had the prop and I didn't. Mine were downstairs. So that was neat. Met up with Jason for that. And then I met up with Dave in Calgary. And he loaned me a couple firearms for review. One of which is this guy right here. So this is a GSG 16 with some trimmings to make it look like an MP5 SD. MP5 SD because it's got the suppressor on there, right?
They can.
Yeah, so
That's
this
bone stock.
There's
no 3D. No. Okay, carry on.
This is the 3D printed forend that is round and looks fantastic. Looks and feels fantastic, actually. And then this
Who's
is
selling the 3D printed parts.
Say again.
Who is selling the 3D printed parts?
I'll have to get a list from somewhere. I'll have to get a list of it. And then this is a an airsoft stock on the back here, and it looks perfect. It's got the little like sling mount at the back there, and the whole shebang. And it's got the top rail rather than having just a gap there. It's got that 3D printed plastic bit on there. And
is it cheap and chintzy? Does it feel cheap and chintzy? Yeah, the whole thing, like overall, like does it feel like your 1022 feels in that chassis?
I would say it feels cheaper and chintzier because it's like the GSG guns are plastic.
It's
yeah,
plastic.
The receiver here, this is all like one grip receiver, all plastic kind of a thing.
Does it remind you of like a clamshell toy? A toy gun that's like two pieces of molded plastic screwed together?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not going to lie on that. But if the reliability is good, and that I have heard that the GSG 16s are pretty reliable. Now, if
I can't wait for a range report.
I'd love to try. I've got a couple of types of ammo that will, if this thing doesn't want to run, will make it not run. That
okay.
What do you call that? Auto match, that Federal auto match stuff that I've got. It is like jamming
Garbage.
up everything I've got. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to run that. I've got some Winchester Wildcat. I got all sorts of terrible 22 that if this thing can't run it, we'll find out.
And if it does, yay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dave
What's
said
the retail?
that it was running well. I don't know.
Yeah. Can't remember.
Somewhere around there. 400 or 500.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of neat.
Neat, but...
The factory stock it comes with is this guy. It's a wire stock that you can expend, and then it looks kind of like that. So it's a, and then for your cheek rest, it's got a little section of Picatinny rail, so you can just kind of cozy in on that nice sharp.
I feel like
rail.
there's a cap that goes over that.
Maybe.
There should be.
There should be. Yeah. There shouldn't even be a section of pick rail where your face goes. Because who does anyone make like an adjustable cheek riser based on pick rail?
I'll start 3D printing them. So the front of the Tavor 7, there was some at the shop. Oh yeah, we went shooting at an indoor range, Captain Andy and I, so I could test my Modern Sporter. That failed. It didn't run. But anyway, that's not the purpose of the story. And he tested his 5.97 against my 5.97 because his used to be like a 4-inch gun, and now it's like same accuracy as mine. Put 25 shots into a dime. But anyway, the Tavor Tavor, what is it? The what 7?
The 7?
Tavor 7? Tavor 7.
Yeah.
It has a piece of plastic on the handguard that you take off, and it covers. It's like all nice and contoured and ergonomic, but you remove it, and there's a piece of rail underneath for whatever. And that really, the back of that stock reminds me very much of that. It's almost like there would be a cheek piece that would go over that rail. Because you're right. Why do you have a rail on the stock or your cheek goes? Like it's literally on the comb.
Yep. Kind of silly.
So I just looked it up on Bullseye. It's $470.
There we go. Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah.
I still I want the Chris instead, because I think Chris makes better guns than GSG, and if I'm gonna get one of these cool tactical 22s, I got to go Chris.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
also,
this,
like, super
the
classy.
strong allure on these ones is that that's very close to an MP5 in looks, and that's a 22, and it's inexpensive.
Yeah, but it just comes out looking like a
How,
toy.
how much was the Chris?
6, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
And then Dave also gave me this guy to try out. This is a Rossi Overland. It's a double barrel coach gun with hammers. Because
Yeah, you pulled that out a while ago when Tracy was on, and I got really excited, and you just killed my gun boner by saying Rossi.
You got a gun boner over exposed hammer side by side?
I love coach guns, man. I love coach guns, and for some reason I want one in 20, which is dumb. But no, I love coach guns. I love side by sides. I love over and unders. Never owned either, and it's time to fix myself. And so, but I mean, Rossi, is it really that much better than a Nork? No.
Yes. Rossi is better than a Nork.
That much better?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're starting with a Nork, so
Nah.
yeah. I would argue yes.
What are Rossi's? Brazilian?
Yes.
Yep.
And
So just-
Brazilian firearms vary in quality from total
Yep.
garbage to like not bad garbage, like good looking garbage. So I think this is like okay looking garbage. Like the wood on it's very nice, and
The bluing looks all right. Looks deep.
yeah, it's fine. Bluing looks all right. I don't know. Looks
What's the
all right.
retail on them?
I have no idea. I don't check retail when I don't buy stuff, and I just like.
But here's
shoot
the
it.
thing: you're doing reviews for people to, use when considering purchasing a gun, and one of the things they need to know is the cost.
That up when I do the review. Come on, I just
Fair enough.
got this. I literally
I
drove
misunderstood.
down to Calgary in the
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I drove down to Calgary, did a day of work, went and met a bunch of guys and got some guns and flapjacks, and drove back up and put in like an 18-hour day, and then came back.
And here I am breaking
here
your
I am
balls.
today. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but so the way it came off, Adriel, I thought you didn't bother even talking about price in your reviews.
Oh no, I haven't even started on anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's $750 for the Chris Vector.
Okay.
That's the retail.
It's a better
Mm.
gun, but it's like that's a lot. That's a big difference in price.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like a airsoft or water gun.
Correct. Wait, what else do I got to
This
show you
next
guys?
thing.
Oh yeah, so I think I'm gonna head to the range. I'm gonna test that SBI, the Spectre Ballistics aluminum 1022 stock, that Mossberg Plinkster, the REM 581, GSG with MP5 furniture, the Rossi Overland, and I am just about to buy something here. Let me see if I can share my screen. Can I do that? Stop recording.
You can, yeah.
Blur my background. Hold off. Where is the thing which shares? Share my screen? Nope. I may not be
Nope.
able to while I'm recording. I'm trying to record also in this just in case it shows me better. Anyways, Wanstalls has Savage 64F takedowns for $199. A
Ooh.
takedown 22 for $199. So I've got that added to my cart right now. They've also got the Savage A22 for $245. That is also the cheapest I've seen any of those anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Savage has any coupons for either of those right now. I should take a look. Savage Rebate Center.
You're like-
Because,
Crafty.
well, you gotta look
You're-
at those rebates. Sometimes those are. Oh, there's a Savage Rimfire rebate. Oh no, it's not. It's not valid.
You're
November
getting.
to December 2nd.
Oh.
That was too bad. Give a gift of Savage. Nope, not that one either. Seasons of Savings? Nope. Oh well. No promos available, but these are some pretty good prices anyways, so.
You
Yeah.
cheap bastard. It's like $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what if I can get it $50 off out on top of that?
I'm just saying, don't let that stop you.
However,
It won't.
Trevor, you have a phone call.
Yeah. You should mute that. Yeah, so I might buy those two Savages because those are both very good prices, and I haven't really seen a lot of reviews on the Savage 64 Takedown. I did not really like the Savage 64.
Why not?
But maybe the mag releases are crappy on it.
Yeah.
There was a lot on it that's dated and not that great, especially compared to some of the other
Well,
stuff on the
considering it's a copy of a semi-auto Kui. What was it called when it was the Kui?
Was it the Kui or the Lakefield? Lakefield 64?
Well, Lakefield was after Kui.
Yeah.
It started off as the semi-automatic Kui.
I don't know. Anyways, it's old. I get flack for my review on it because I don't think it's as good as a Marlin 795. Put it that way.
It's not.
No, it's not. But at $199 for a Takedown, whoo, that is really good. So I'm probably gonna buy it anyways. And that A22 just because I want to review one, and that's an excellent price as well. And I can get 25 round mags for it. And I don't know, maybe I'll shoot gophers with it.
In the face.
And then
Cool.
I was thinking about buying body armor just because I've never owned it, and just cause. But I was looking around. I was like, man, there's so many different price points and so many different styles of it. I kind of want to have someone on to tell us about that because I don't know anything about it, and I'd rather have someone else tell us what the way to go is. Tell me.
Dave is a good resource, but we also have Andrew. Andrew's a good resource. He sells that. So,
Yeah, he sells plates. Yeah.
yeah, we
Just
can
sell
help.
Vincent.
I want someone who can tell me about
I'd like to
vendor
have someone on.
neutral ceramic versus steel, spall coatings. What's a good price? What's a bad price? What size should I buy? I don't know any of this stuff. I just
If
I want to buy it because I
We have
can.
people.
Oh yeah, we have people. Let's find somebody who wears it for a living.
Yeah.
Doesn't, and not somebody who sells it.
Yeah. That a power user would be perfect because that person would be passionate about wearing it, and not just pushing one version versus another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right. What about you, Kelly?
What about me? I already did.
Did you? Oh, you went already. I must have been ignoring you. Okay. Because in the notes you're before him, but whatever.
Yeah, no. Remember, you were going to switch things up a little bit. And I went.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I got
Mm.
to dictate. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Upcoming events then. The 10th annual Podcast Network Charity Shoot will take place at my home club, the Rosicrucian Gun Club, on Saturday, the 4th of July. Registration and payment will soon be through PractiScore. Currently, the cost is $25. My co-hosts are trying to talk me out of that. The shooting events, a mini steel challenge. So 4 of the USPSA steel challenge stages. You can shoot 22 pistol, 22 rifle, PCC, or handgun. There'll be a half round of trap. And we will also keep open one dedicated range for handgun or 22 on steel reactive targets. You don't have to go down range to reset. You can just stay there. Gallery style shooting plink till your heart's content while you're waiting for us to get on with what we're doing and do other things. We'll also open up the rifle range when the trap is done, and you'll be able to shoot your rifle out to 200 again on steel. If you have, you want to bring your own steel plate and it's appropriate and safe to use, go ahead, you can do that. Zombie targets provided by Filthy. By the way, Filthy, I need zombie targets. And food by Smoke in the Water, prize table, all that good stuff. The sometime in the new year, we will have someone related to the charity on to discuss said charity. So that'll be a main topic coming up. Into the news, $150 million lawsuit filed against gun maker Smith & Wesson by the Danforth shooting victims. Don't these always get thrown out? You put a warning on my tobacco products. I smoked it, got cancer. Now I got to sue you.
You can't.
Smith & Wesson didn't shoot these people.
Anyone can sue anyone for anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It won't go through. You won't win.
And unfortunately, at some point, I think precedent. I don't know. Do you think? What do you think?
Which part precedent?
Somebody winning.
So there hasn't been a lawsuit like this in Canada.
No, I know that. It's going to be interesting.
What gun was used?
Smith, an M&P 40.
Yeah.
An M&P 40 was used, but they want my AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's different.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Explain.
The AR-15 is the Trudeau government wanting your AR-15.
Right.
This is these people wanting to sue Smith & Wesson to get
Oh,
money.
no. I realize that. Because of shootings that happen in Toronto with handguns, the government wants my rifle.
Yes.
Correct. And these people want to sue Smith & Wesson and make some money.
Oh, this cop just muzzled the hell out of her partner with a rifle. They must have been searching for the shooter or whatever. She's walking around with the rifle. I'm watching the video on Global News, and she's walking around with her patrol carbine shouldered, and she's scanning the area because it's got a flashlight on it. She's using her gun as a flashlight. She's completely muzzled her partner. But only police should have guns.
Yep.
All right.
As you do. Yeah.
Next news story. Go ahead, Adriel.
Yeah, YouTube. So you can't live stream gun handling. You can record a video and then put it up, but just no live stream gun handling on YouTube.
So they're coming out with some new policies with respect to that, and they basically just don't want any people
having ADs live on the air.
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's for that. I think it's
what
just
else would it be
additional
for?
restrictions just to slowly pick away at it.
Yeah.
Because the other thing, like, you keep in mind, like, live streaming is limited to only some accounts for YouTube. Not just anyone can live stream on YouTube. This is something that they're just picking away at it.
Yeah. So originally it was advertising, then now it's live streaming gun handling. Then it's just going to go to nothing.
You also can't show a firearm for the purpose of a sale. So all of those Rock Island auction.
Oh my God! That
ones with
Forgotten Weapons does.
Yeah. Those are all like, I don't know if Ian's going to change them around or. I mean, we're belaboring the inevitable here, and the inevitable is getting off YouTube. We'll continue to upload there because there are more people that use it as a video platform, but
the left
eventually
won't be happy. Yeah. The left won't be happy until only the left is online. It's a war. So
well, it would be nice if there was another platform, specifically for video. There's not really a good alternative. So
what about Vimeo?
About what?
Vimeo? Yeah, that thing.
They're even more anti-gun.
Wow. Huh.
And then there's Twitch I was looking at, but I couldn't find any gun podcasters on Twitch. So that tells me there's something going on there. Maybe they must have a policy of some kind. There's another one, Medio. And then there's Facebook.
You can live stream the world's most violent video games, but you can't go on Twitch to talk about the lawful use of firearms.
Yeah, you can live stream yourself eating hot peppers and punching people and whatever. Yeah.
And Twitter's another good one, right? There's actually, pictures of anal on Twitter, but you cannot say the words "a man is never a woman." You'll get banned for life.
Something like that. Yep. Anyways, so that thing's happening there. The next thing is the CCFR is pushing the does your gun collection matter enough to you? And the idea with this is send some mail. Get a piece of paper.
Three pieces of paper, 3 envelopes.
Yep, that's
piece
free.
Of paper. Yep. Write out some letters to Trudeau, Blair, and your MP, and put them in the mail. The postage is free. You don't have to pay anything. You can literally put an address on this thing and put it in the mail, and they'll see that it's for the ledge, and they'll send it.
So while I was picking up my order from the Ben Steger Pro Shop for my Hundo, change your life, by the way. I forgot to. I didn't go anywhere near my notes this week, so that's why I'm all over the place, worse than ever. Anyway, Hundo case gauge, picking that up. I dropped my 3 letters on the counter. Boom, mail these. And he's like, no stamps. I'm like, they go in a Parliament. He's like, oh yeah, very good, no problem. So, yep, you just put return address. Well, if you want to, but the address for the House of Commons, your MP, and
Yep.
I did all 3. Did you guys do yours?
Yep. So
It's easy.
there
ahead,
is
Kelly.
there is a template. So if you want to
Yeah.
actually use the template, use it. But my suggestion is actually make it personal to you. They are supposed to read them. They are supposed to give you a reply. And if you make it personal to you, it actually stands out from the ones that are templated. Just saying.
Well, your MP definitely has
They're
to reply.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
going to be dismissed if you use the template.
No, they're
So,
not. No, they're not. But
I use the template. The heck with it. Don't care. Like Adriel said, I'm owed a reply from my MP. And let's see if I get it. So,
I did a
I
custom
am-
one
Well.
for my MP because I said in my one to the MP, hey, we've got this local 3-gun club. It's toast if this thing goes through, and we raise 10 grand a year for the Stollery
the
Children's Hospital. That's
hey,
gone after this.
my MP has been on the range during SummerSlam.
Huh.
And he still voted for C71. He called us in for a meeting and Skyped with us from his office here, from his office in Ottawa, and explained to him what was up. Asked me to sum it all up and send it to him in an email the next day. I did. Bootlicker voted for the party, right?
Yep.
Anyway, send the letters, guys, and sign the e-petition. One place where you can locate the template, and I'm sure there are other places, but 303 Wolverine, which is the owner of Wolverine Supplies, Matt Hipwell's father. What's Mr. Hipwell's name?
John?
Can I remember it? John Hipwell. John Hipwell posted the template on a thread on CGN, and you can literally copy and paste it into Word.
Mhm.
Pay attention to the grammar because you need to change it when you write it to Bill. And, you know, when you write it to Bill, it's you. When you write it to Justin Trudeau, it's he. You know, so... Or like Kelly
The
said,
guy from Spectre Ballistics made a Maker. He made a website that's not a real website. It's just like you download it to your browser and you put in your name and all that stuff and then hit enter. And it doesn't send anything out to those guys. It just stays in your browser, makes a letter for you. And you
Nice.
say,
Yeah.
I want a Bill one and I want a Justin one and print and
MP1. Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Done. So, you know, it's never been easier. All the guys who survived in 1995 or lived through 1995 said, man, if we had had the internet, this wouldn't have happened. We had fax machines and telephone calls. Well, we got the internet.
Mhm.
And so we can communicate in real time and we can help each other with these letter writing campaigns. So you're really all out of excuses. Yeah. Listen, is it going to get your guns, stop your guns from being banned? I don't know.
Probably
but
not.
at least you can say you did something.
The other one that you mentioned
Don't be
there
apathetic.
and that Tracy mentioned was the E231. This is saying, hey, don't use an OSC, follow the damn law, and do this in legislation. Right now it's at 37,693 signatures. So
right. So that's 2 days.
when you sign that, make sure that you sign it and then also verify the email that gets sent to you, because that's the way that
Yes.
they verify it and they keep it from getting spammed.
Yep. It's a two-part process. You got to go to your email. You got to click the link.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, any final thoughts before we move on to the next thing?
No.
All right. I
Just
thought you
do
were
it.
about to say something.
No, it's just gonna.
Yes, just do it. Just like
do
Nike,
it.
do it.
Do it.
All right. So this next one is frightening, and I hope it serves as a wake-up call to the FUDs. You've been told time and time again, after they get my AR-15, they're coming for your sniper rifle, and BC is leading the way. Take it away, Adriel.
Well, this is. I would say that this is legislators who have too much time on their hands, because the BC government is. And if you read what they're actually after, they want people to not be able to hunt with that tracking point scope. You know, that fancy scope that you set the distance, or actually I think it lasers the distance, so you don't have to do anything. You can use an iPad to select the game that you're going to shoot, move the rifle around until it's like basically moused over the deer and it pulls the trigger for you. Which is I mean, I don't even think they're available here in Canada yet. upwards of 5 or 10 grand. They're extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Anyways, the BC government is like, whoa, we can't have people hunting with those things. Let's ban them before they even get to Canada, and they're even.
Wouldn't it be
realistic.
smart to have them?
Yeah, you would
If
injure
people
less
are
game.
hunting,
Yeah, you would injure less game. Yep.
you would think.
Yeah,
You would injure
it's,
less game. You would send less rounds off into the wilderness.
Mhm. I mean, like,
hello.
A lot
If
of.
okay, we're going to do this.
yeah.
If we're going to make it more difficult to kill animals and eat them, or we want to, prevent the faster, more ethical, more humane killing of animals, can we get rid of feedlots too? Because I mean, that's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Can we do spear hunting again? Because if you want,
That's the only way.
if this is not sporting enough, then
Spear hunting or veganism? Choose.
that's a drastic choice. I mean, here in Alberta, they banned spear hunting because this guy who was a collegiate javelin athlete speared a bear.
Yeah.
And killed the bear. But they banned it in Alberta for that purpose. So they're getting
Because he
us on
was
both
successful.
sides. Yeah.
Okay, I could see if he tried to do it with a stick he carved from a hickory tree in his backyard, and the bear ate him.
Oh, fantastic, right? I mean,
Well, actually, that's a problem solved.
You want to talk about a fair
You-
chase or fair game? Like spear
Right.
hunting a bear, it takes some serious courage
Gonads.
to be
You
able
need
to do.
some big glands.
Mhm.
He was also sponsored by Under Armour, and they dropped him because of that too.
That's correct.
Is that the guy that started all? Everybody's burning their
Yeah.
Under
Yep.
Armour.
Yep.
I ain't
Alberta.
burning nothing. Under Armour's
Actually,
expensive.
I just got reminded about that, and we have a conservative government in place now for a provincial government. So I just emailed them. I'm like, "Yo, you remember the NDP like banning spear hunting? I'm never going to spear hunt, but I want other people who are enthusiasts to be able to." And so I emailed them today actually about that. But anyways, like getting us on both sides. Either the scopes make it too easy, or the spears are too hard. You can only hunt the way that we tell you to, and therefore, it's
Okay.
I don't
if-
like either of them. I would
all right.
rather this all be opened up. Now, if like prevent the possibility of wounding animals, sure, but it
Yeah.
ignores the reality that today people wound animals all the time. Fuds
All
take
time.
100 shots at a deer, and they make
shouldn't.
wounding shots on them all the time.
Yeah.
That is the reality of what happens today. And once you accept that reality, you start looking at this other stuff and say, I don't know if I care. This does not matter. How many hunters are going to get out there with a $10,000 tracking point? One or two?
They're not going
Who
to.
cares? Who
But-
cares even if they
but-
do?
Even so, this would make things more safer. If they're interested in safety, this would make things more safer. And then all those people that are taking those 100 shots, come and see us at Maple Seed. Just saying.
Yes.
Move on.
Yeah, they need to go take a maple seed. Yeah.
All right. New gun stuff. Canada Ammo has Barnell 6.5. Really? Barnell's in the 6.5 Grendel game?
I had to put this in here because some guys are getting 6.5 Grendel for their ARs, or they're
Yep.
not ARs. And where do you buy the stuff? And this is
You make it. Grendel's hard to come by.
$18 for a box of 20? Yeah.
Steel
Yeah.
case, but so what? But why you got to go build your AR in such a ridiculous caliber anyway?
Well, that's the way to get like deer energy in an AR.
Is it really?
You can run your 300, your 7.62 by what is it? 40, 42.
40, yeah, 40.
Yeah, that's another way of doing it.
It's a
Yeah.
great way.
6.5 is Grendel's another way. Anyways,
Yeah. It's just there's feeding issues. The brass is ridiculous. You got to make your end, and you're changing bolt faces. It's just,
it's more power.
it is more power.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question. Has anyone necked a 223 down to a 270 or a 6.5 or a 6 millimeter?
I mean, I'd imagine so. Like, this is a bigger case though. Like 6.5 Grendel produces.
It's
the most power you're gonna get.
No, we're not talking. I'm asking a totally different question. Are you aware of anyone who's necked down a 223 to take like a 6.5, a 6 mil, or like a 270? Because if you're necking 223 to take a 30 cal, and you're getting 2,400 to 2,500 feet per second, what would you get out of that? And I think that makes a bit more sense to me.
Oh, is that 6.8 SPC?
Oh. Because the 7.62 is the same pretty much ballistics as the 6.8 SPC, but maybe
No,
that's
I don't think. I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, that might be, if we don't lose our guns, that might be a project. Okay. So that's interesting. So if you are a 6.5 Grendel fan, and that Muffin's got something ordered in 6.5 Grendel, I think. Maybe a Hawa? I'm not sure. Anyway, I Run Guns has PSA Freedom 15s for $3.99 US. What are PSA Freedom 15s?
PSA is Palmetto State Armory.
Oh, it's a brand of AR.
Yeah, it's an AR-15.
For $400 US, and that's the whole rifle.
Yep.
That is the whole thing.
Good luck. I wish you good luck. I can't see anybody buying an AR right now. I just can't.
I just did. It was stupid. I know.
You not only did you buy one, you bought your second one. It's not like, at least you could say, well, I didn't have one. You can't say that, Kelly. Like, I love you and all, but that was boneheaded.
Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
not boneheaded.
No, it's
We're
not.
going to have
It's
2
not.
years of amnesty.
right.
Yeah, you know
That's the
what? I
key.
bought it before they actually.
You're right,
said
Kelly.
anything.
100%. There was no talk of BAM when you bought it.
You're right.
So it's just funnier to ridicule you in front of our guests here.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I bought an AR-15, and yes, I'm an idiot.
You got to go take some, put some rounds through
You're not as good at it as I am. When you say it, it sounds mean. When I call you an idiot, it sounds funny. But I guess practice.
And me.
And you what? What did you say? No one's listening to you.
What? Are we talking about 410s? I put that order in with Juan Stalls. I bought.
You did?
Oh yeah, I bought those too. Definitely.
Juan Stalls is selling the 410 Mad. Oh, really?
Yeah.
This looks like a Browning semi-automatic.
With a mag that sticks out the bottom. Yeah, it looks like a bar. It looks like a bar.
It looks
with
like a bar.
Weird mag coming out the bottom of it.
Chambered in 410.
So
Why,
they got
dude?
that, and then they got that revolver thing. They're just all 410 Turkish 410s everywhere.
All the Turkish love for the Adriel.
Mm-hmm. I didn't pick one of those.
Cheap.
Up. I don't want a 410. I don't want a Turk 410 either. But
No, dude, this is a cool slug gun. Come on.
I have
Fill this up with
rifles. Why do I need a slug gun that has like shot shells? I've got rifles.
Because you could be shooting 4-inch groups at 50 yards with a rifle and the tiny little slugs. That's why. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. And
They had the Savage 64 takedown. I bought one of those. Yeah.
You bought one too.
it looks very papoose-ish,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? There's no fore-end whatsoever. It's just free float barrel shortly in front of the action. So what you have now, you have all the poor ergonomics of a Savage 64 with the horrible aesthetics of a Marlin papoose.
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent.
It's
All right.
very lightweight though, and it comes with a neat case.
It's a 22.
Mhm.
Of course, it's lightweight.
Mhm.
Oh, another Turkish. Oh no, this is Henry.
I just got someone text me this like 5 minutes ago.
Moments ago. Okay.
Yep.
So Henry has released a 410 lever shotgun mare's leg.
That it doesn't seem like those words go together. Like you've just jumbled in a bunch of words that describe firearms, but it makes a whole gun.
Yep. It's a Henry lever action 410 mare's leg. Now, will it feed and cycle and shoot 45 Colt?
I don't know.
Because who cares if it
10
does?
shot shells.
Because there's no rifling.
Right.
It's ridiculous. At least, when you take a Taurus Judge, there's rifling in a Taurus Judge. So if you want to shoot some 45 Colt through it, you can.
It's a
You got
weapon.
a Bond Arms Snake Slayer that shoots both 45 and 410. It's got rifling. This is a 410, so I'm assuming no rifling. So even if you can shoot Colt through it, meh. Why do people keep making guns that nobody needs or wants or asks for?
Yeah, I mean, this is all sorts of impractical, but it looks like this has got to be one of the weirder things out there. Like Mare Leggin 357, pretty impractical. I don't know what you're going to use that for. Mare's Leggin 410. Also, you know what? This is
a non-restricted Mare's Leggin 44 Magnum makes a cool truck gun.
A cool truck gun that you're not really going to hit much with. You're not going to hit much with this either, but at least it's a shot shell, so you got a little bit of spread going on.
I would take it hunting just to watch some DNR officer have all the meltdown.
Yeah,
like he might actually have a stroke right there.
When you whip that out of the quad to take care of a grouse. Just a second while I whip this out.
Well, from my leg holster, it'll be attached to my right thigh. Not my thigh, my calf. It'll be right down under my knee, right?
Yeah.
Neat. Anyways, there's that.
There's
neat.
that. And
Yeah.
you know what that is? That
Horrible.
is not on my Christmas list, which is the main topic. We have arrived. It's time for our annual Christmas wish list. Now, typically we ask you to send these in by email, but Adriel did something that Kelly got the blame for because it was so boneheaded. I assumed that it was Kelly. So Kelly, I apologize. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I totally blamed her, Adriel, for your for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm very happy
you're winning.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah. You put it on Facebook, didn't bother to tell people to email us, and
No.
immediately I blamed Kelly.
No.
Like, I called her names, and like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm doing nothing. What are you talking about? I
was also supposed to put the post up on Saturday.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't do
So.
that. No.
So your penance is to start reading these, and I'll tell you when to stop.
I don't even have it open. Oh, 1 second.
It's in the show notes because I put them in there.
Is it?
Okay,
Yep.
so
Wait.
what I did
Kelly to the
was-
rescue.
took the emails and I put them in the first portion, and then the Facebook piece I also put that in.
Now you're showing off. You're bragging. You're being bragging.
Yeah, I know.
You're
So
making,
I
you're making your
did.
co-host look bad over there. What are you doing?
Should we
So
just
the emails-
mess it up and
so
do the emails and then the rest?
Yeah.
You just start with Jeremy, man, and
Jerome.
it's
only-
pronounced Jeremy. I don't care how he spells it. I pronounce it Jeremy.
Okay.
We already have a name that's close to Jerome.
Jerome.
It's Jeremy. That's good enough. All
So he's saying hello again, all because there's
What are you doing?
also in the. Well, I'm explaining things. There's an email.
You don't
that
have
is
the
in
crayons or the time.
emails. Speaking of crayons, there's an email about it. Go.
Nice. Go ahead, Adriel.
Eat crayons? All right. Hello again, and Merry Christmas to all of you. This is my second email of the week, as I did not realize the Christmas show was coming up. I am correcting that mistake now.
You must be using a CCFR calendar.
Looking back, 2019 has been an interesting year for gun owners. From insane legislation being pushed forward to actual industry innovations to garbage products that nobody asked for, we have seen it all. With all the liberal nonsense that is coming up, after I'm done with this email, I'll go invest in the PVC pipe and Cosmoline business. For Christmas, I wish you the following. Kelly, I wish you a good mechanic for your car. After all that driving back and forth across our beautiful but very wide country to teach people how to shoot, you'll need it. I also wish you students who finish half-empty ammo boxes before opening fresh ones.
Thank God.
He listens. This guy is on top of his game.
I'm surprised you don't just use like a baggie or a Ziploc or something like that. You get Ziploc ammo.
Yeah.
Adriel, I wish you a steady stream of weird, ridiculous products. More of them bodysuit sleeping bags, please. And Turkish garbage that you review so well and that makes your website unique.
It's like he knows you too.
Yeah.
What
Trevor?
I love about this is he's wishing stuff for us.
Yeah.
What I want for Christmas is for you guys to have these things. What a great guy. I'm sorry, Jeremy, that I pronounced your name Jerome.
Yeah. Jeremy, we wish that you can get some Turkish garbage and sleeping bags too. Trevor, I wish you a good doctor because all those go buttons smashed are definitely having an impact on your blood pressure. I also wish that you will find a buyer when you come to your senses and sell all them cooies.
That's going to raise the blood pressure, which, by the way, I had checked the other day. It was 115/80. So
Probably fantastic because you
That's not bad.
lost a bunch of weight.
that was after 8 cups of coffee.
Huh. You can have 8 cups of coffee and you don't. Your heart's not like beating out of your chest, and no.
My heart
Good.
doesn't beat without 8 cups.
Mm,
Like 8 cups is just to get
Kickstart.
me off the toilet. Like,
Yeah. yeah, that's like that gas stuff you spray, the ether you spray into the engine to get it going.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how under the tongue. Just
Yep.
it's like a nature.
Dave, just take care of that smooth, soothing voice of yours.
It is.
Matthew
pretty
is dead to
smooth.
me.
He's dead to me. He's dead to everyone.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, he might actually be dead. I don't know. Like he was supposed to be
I
here,
don't
and he
think
didn't
he's
come out,
not.
so
I think he's probably flying in the dark, in the snow.
lame.
For myself, I don't want no new gun. I just want a plane ticket to Utah to go shoot machine guns again.
Sweet.
Keep your candy cane in a vice. Happy holidays, Jay.
Aw.
Speaking of Utah, I reached out to some of the original Gun Dudes cast to invite them on to our special show on February 13th. More on that later.
Ooh, very
Okay.
Always up to something.
good.
Me, I is. I'm just going to hold the cooey for the rest of the show. Carry on.
Is that gun handling? From James. Let's see. Guns I want. The wife new guns aren't bad and are really nice. Great motorboating ear sponges. I could use a Barrett 50 cal semi-auto with a new 1x4 Vortex Crossfire scope. Think about it.
This is James Burke, by the way.
Of course it's Ginger Snaps. Who else would it be?
Yeah, it's interesting to read. Insert a Trevor
And difficult.
Furlew hard no Letterkenny LOL.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Read by Adrian.
Yeah. And I ask you, why not New Brunswick has really no distance to use that firearm? I just need it to strengthen my shoulders and blow my EI checks. Oh, he's talking about the Barrett 50.
Yes.
Oh, my EI checked on 50 cal ammo. You know our EI is really good down here thanks to Alberta. All right.
Okay.
Well, your
That's
EI is
sweet.
okay, but your like cost of living is super cheap. Like
Super cheap.
you can buy houses down there for $100,000.
Yeah.
Dude, you can the town I teach in, you can legitimately buy a house for $50,000. It'll be a 4-bedroom bungalow with an ocean view.
Not possible.
Selling.
Not possible out here.
No, you have these things called jobs. And people want to be there.
Got to get some of those online jobs.
Well, you
where
get
are we?
prisons. Anyways, go.
Got prisons. Where am I? Remember, Adria, fill out your EI form. Yes, yes, no, yes. Wait, maybe it's a no. No, yes, no. I bet Grandma screwed that up again. Damn, I'm going to have to go into the EI office and explain again. Drunk, high, maybe both. I'll use that one for my excuse. I just want my Alberta check so I can go buy a new gun. This summer, my friend Bob asked why I had my work boots on at the beach. I told him so if EI asked, I can tell them I'm looking for work, Bob.
You know who he is? He's the new Dirk McGurk,
Mm,
Yeah.
right? That's
Pretty awesome, though.
yeah.
It's more genuine.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Other
Okay, go.
choices would be this is still him, right?
Yep.
Okay. Other choices
Oh,
would
yeah.
be the hand solo weapon of choice with Chewie's bow gun as backup. The Mandalorian gun is quite the interesting one. Not sure how it sends a projectile or how it works. I'm pretty sure that was a Bergman.
Freaking laser beams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Filthy Writing explained to me how this works. To this stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder, how it works. I wonder if I could find a howitzer from the SS Missouri. Should fall in with the libtards' new firearms rules. Breech loading, single projectile, could clean and cut a whole island into bite-sized timbits. Didn't the Canadian government want to sell one of the destroyer main guns? Slamfire should have the Canadian peso to afford that.
Keep that Patreon rolling, guys, so we can get a gun off a battleship.
Yeah, battleship guns. Look, found this. The Canadian government is looking for buyers for the OTO Melara 76mm guns removed from the Royal Canadian Navy's Iroquois-class destroyers. All Iroquois-class ships have been decommissioned, and the systems that were strictly associated with that class have been declared surplus. According to the Department of National Defense, the 5 76mm gun systems and associated spare parts from these ships were declared surplus in 2015 and 2016 and are moving through the disposal process, noted D&D spokesman Andrew McKelvey. I think it was copied from somewhere because the grammar was too good.
Yep. Clearly copied. He's plagiarizing.
I think my EI check should be able to cover at least one of them. Sorry, kids, Christmas is canceled. Daddy needs a new gun to wrap under the Christmas tree, sent from Santa, so Mama can't say anything and has to play along. What a great idea. Write that down. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Buy the thing you want for yourself and wrap it up and say from Santa, and your wife can't say anything.
Oh.
Ruin Christmas. It's brilliant.
James continues, P.S. Siri wasn't working, dictated and written by my 8-year-old, fact-checked by my 6-year-old, and doing a better job than Bill Blair and Justine Trudeau. Trudeau, I think, but poo. Now that you are dumber from reading this, from the wise word of George Thorogood, 1 scotch, 1 bourbon, 1 beer, in key, please.
No.
That was not in key, no.
Woo, woo.
Well, it's still better than me singing Frozen.
You didn't put it in italics. I had to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kelly, give poor Adriel a break and take the next one if you would from Spencer.
Thank you. It's from Spencer, but it's only 2 paragraphs long. So, of course, this one is easy. My wish list gun right now is a CZ Bren 2. The first gen were amazing guns, but had some chunky features, like a reciprocating charging handle. The second gen fixes all of that, uses AR mags, and still has the glass smooth action of the original Bren 805 has. As for pie in the sky, it's not a gun, but if you had unlimited funds, it would be one of the new Tesla Roadsters. Oh, I like those too. A 0 to 60 that beats a Bugatti, and a bargain for only a couple. Yeah, that should be a couple.
It's only 2.9. I'll be in no problem. It'll be fine.
I read it verbatim. Merry Christmas to all. That's from Spencer. It's the shortest email he's ever sent.
Ever. All right, cool. Now, because of Adriel, we have to switch over to the Facebook, but because of Kelly, they've all been copied and pasted into the show notes. So Kelly saves Adriel yet again. So Andrew, fellow New Brunswicker, fellow archer, says, nothing for me, I'm afraid. However, for my 14-year-old, and he posted a picture of a GSD 22. So I have a feeling somebody's going to wake up very surprised on Christmas morning. And actually, depending on how his father presents it to him, you may think they're being robbed. So Brandon says he would like an ICBC to replace my pickup. He wants ICBC to replace my pickup that was damaged in a wildlife collision last week. They're doing an assessment of the damage right now, but rough estimate, $30,000, and
it's done.
It's right off. Yeah, it's gone. So I can continue to go to the range, of course. And for some firearms, Trevor Furlat 7.62 by 40 WT, but Trevor has to continue with all the load development and reloading for it, of course, because Brass Prep sucks. Yeah, well, I planned on doing more load development and testing with Captain Andy, but here's the thing. When International Barrels made this barrel, they had never made one before. And we can find all kinds of information on the internet about this cartridge, and the load data, but what we cannot find is the gas port hole size. And they started at 0.93, which is a pretty standard place to start for a 5.56 barrel, not producing enough gas. So we opened it up maybe by 4%, and it still didn't produce enough gas. So I left it with the captain, and I think he's going to open it up to 0.101. We can go, we've got an adjustable gas block, right? So let's just make a run and then tune it with the gas block. So that's where we're at with that. Steven says he would like a CCFR calendar and a Tikka T3X Arctic Ranger rifle. It sounds like
nice.
It sounds like Oh, come on. A Christmas Story. Frank.
It's called A Christmas Story.
Who's the kid?
Ralphie.
Ralphie sounds like Ralphie. I want a GT3 X Arctic Ranger rifle. You'll shoot your eye out, Steven.
Your eye out, yeah.
But I've been pretty naughty, so I won't hold my breath. Jeremy Murray says, I need that belt-fed something or other I've been needing for the last few years, and that's what I want to hear. That's a Christmas miracle wish right there.
In 1919, that's what he needs.
He needs. Derek Merriweather would like for Christmas this year. What I would like for Christmas this year, and I'm pretty sure Trevor loves these, is a Kindon pistol conversion kit for the Shadow 2. I meant to look it up. Anybody know what that is?
I know of one that's not a Kindon, because they have that other 22 conversion kit. What is it? Cadet.
Oh yes, pistol. Cadet. Yeah.
I think that's what he meant. It just auto-corrected.
Oh, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'd be all over that.
They're cool. My buddy's got one. Very expensive though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Scion. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. We're just going to roll with it. Our renewal to my gun range. Pretty sure I'm actually getting that. And a Divorce 7. No chance in hell, but a man can dream. So Captain Andy and I are at a gun shop in Fredericton, and we're an indoor, or not Fredericton, in Nova Scotia, and we're downstairs and we're shooting. And the range officer just happens to mention, oh yeah, so we ended up mistakenly getting an order of Divorce 7s in. And the owner's like, what? They didn't order these. We need to send these back. These things are expensive. People were walking in off the street and buying them. By the time Andy and I went upstairs to look at one, somebody had already bought one. Then another IPSC guy we know comes in and goes, oh, are you buying one? And it's like, put my name on that one. It's like, I don't think by the time the day was over, they had any left. Awesome.
They didn't get to rue that mistake for very long.
No, but some store somewhere is going, where's our Divorce? Why haven't they arrived? Darren Miller wants a time machine. I bet Pet Turdo and Gio Sorokos, etc. were cute babies. George Soros were cute babies. Sad that there were so many unexplained crib deaths back then. There was a lot of crib deaths back then. Like the SIDS? I don't know. Baby AIDS? I don't know.
Yes, that's it. That's
it. It was baby AIDS. Jeremy wants a Dillon 650. It's not in brackets. Okay. I did order another Howard Light active earmuffs, though. An HK MK23 would pretty much round out my AK handgun collection. It's nice to round out your AK handgun collection. You know, when you've got that.
It's HK.
Yeah. What did I say?
AK.
Oh, I meant HK. Yes. So, as I was saying, before I was so appropriately corrected, when you have an HK handgun collection, it's really nice to round it out. But Jeremy, Dillon 650? Nay. You need to look into the Dillon 750.
There's a 750?
There is a 750. They've uncucked the 650.
Oh.
They took the primer feed system off of the Square Deal and the 550, which is a superior system, and they put it on the 650 and other little added things that have improved it. The 650 of today is nicer than the 650 that I bought, and it was, it hasn't been all that long. I bought mine in 2012, and already you buy a new one and there's improvements there, changing the materials that certain parts are made of so they last longer and stuff. But this Dillon 750, yep. Don't even look at the 650. Go straight to the 750.
Or I saw a Square Deal on CGN for $350.
Oh, it's gone. It's already gone.
Oh.
It was gone before it was put for sale. There's no way. But yeah, I love them. I love them so much. I'd like to just get one per caliber, because at $350, that is $125 less than the cost of a conversion kit for my 650. The way I do them.
Well, and if you look at new presses, you can't, like, Lee's got a new Pro 1000 that has like a priming system that is supposed to work, and not like their old one that it doesn't work. But it's way more. Stuff. It's way more, and it's crap compared to that Square Deal. Total crap.
Yeah. Andy has a square deal that was made in the 80s. And his square deal gets the most use, and it runs tickety-boo. So, Andrew, he says, my shooting present? Oh, that's an easy one. I woke up, and it was all a dream. No Trudeau, no gun grab, nothing. Top that one. Can't. Andrew wins. Andrew, you win the internet. We're going to shut down the podcast and go home.
Okay.
Nathaniel, close enough. I'd love the gift of time so I can start my restoration of a Kui Model 82 military trainer. Nice. All right. And back to you, Adriel. Start with Doug.
Mr. Doug, my wish list for Under the Tree would be an envelope containing parliamentary confirmation that the Canadian government has come to the conclusion that most of the Firearms Act is ineffectual and has been scrapped, with the exception of safe, in-home storage and transportation regulations, or a live dragon. I'd like my dragon to be black, please. My dream gun is nostalgic because I miss mine. A non-restricted M130 carbine.
Yeah.
We get an update from Brant. Brant's listening live, and the ICBC did call him today, and yep, they wrote the truck off. The truck is no good no more.
It's got deer blood all over it. You got to throw them out once that happens. You can't use your truck after that.
Biohazard.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he gets to go shopping for a new car or a new truck.
Derek is also watching live, and he has just sent me a message. And that kit is that awful, god awful thing that like the Ronin kit for the Glock. You stick your pistol.
Oh,
God, I hate those. Derek, you're a bad person. You're the reason the dinosaurs died. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, caused the extinction. Keep going.
From Scott. Dream Gun ATRS Modern Sporter CCFR Edition.
Nice.
I'd love a mini patch gun and patches under the tree so I can stop ghetto patching my targets.
You need to stop patching like a hobo. Look,
patch guns are excellent.
Patch guns are the bomb. Here's my patch gun. Look, I'm not even in a match right now, and I got my patch gun by my side. Like,
and it's stickered with a Slamfire sticker.
Well, that's how I know it's mine. No one else would put that sticker on their stuff, so I know that if I see this laying somewhere at the range,
while I got you handy with that thing, do you have? Is it where? No, not that part. No.
Oh.
The tail comes out.
He wants to know how you put it.
Yeah, just curious. Yeah, that's where I put.
You never tear that off. It's bad luck to tear that off. That has to fall off on its own.
Have you never worked retail?
Yeah.
But I was 16 and unskilled.
Okay.
Next one from Charles, a new Chevy Silverado to get me back and forth to the ring.
Oh, hell yeah. Get a Trail Boss edition while you're at it.
Trevor
You'll love it.
Very enthusiastic about the trucks.
Love me Silverado.
From Mark, one of the new Arctic Ranger rifles and more lead cast bullets with.
More lead.
Bullets. Matthew says, I'd like Santa to deliver the custom barrel I ordered. After the show from a couple weeks ago, I guess I'd like an MDI SLR receiver set or a Voodoo V22 would be kind of cool. Actually, one of the things we forgot to talk about in that MDI versus Modern Sporter, trigger packs. We forgot to talk about trigger packs. We had someone comment in saying, hey, you guys forgot about the trigger packs. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we talked about how wow. Okay, well, then
whatnot.
The nod definitely goes to the Modern Sporter in that regard, because in the SLR you have to put your trigger in a box, and that box drops down in the receiver. It's not the end of the world, but
cassette style are superior, always superior to the component style.
I don't know if I agree.
I have an article with the science behind that, and the cassette styles are always better.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Geisley, JP. Oh, they're not cassette style.
The cheapest cassette style trigger was twice as good as the Geisley.
Really?
Yes.
Lies.
In terms of creep, in terms of the amount of trigger press you have, in terms of over travel, all of it.
You were
Scrooge?
No, man, you're like just like the last time I heard such gibberish, it was coming out of Bill Blair's mouth.
Oh, I thought he burst your bubble.
How awful
No, this is the denial part of the 6 stages of acceptance or grief or whatever. He's in denial right now.
I'm on stage 1,
Anger.
and you're full of poop stage.
Soon it will be bargaining, and
Yep.
I'll tell you what. You let me try one of those cassette-style triggers.
So
and
right now he's
compare-
in the bargaining stage. Okay, go ahead.
I'll compare it to my guys, Lee. And if it turns out to be better, then I'll write you an apology letter.
See, bargaining.
wouldn't I use like a trigger pull mechanism or scale or some kind of like scientific device though? Like that's what you'd use.
Okay, so
He's frozen again.
I got a digital trigger scale.
Yeah.
Am I unfrozen, Kelly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
unfrozen.
unfrozen.
That will tell you the trigger pull weight. It won't tell you how long you're pulling and what your over travel is.
We can solve this.
Yes.
But not now. Now is Christmas, damn it. Don't make me crazy. Carry on. Keep reading.
Crazier.
Bren.
Next from Bren. A Krieghoff shotgun? I've been extra good.
Yeah.
I can't say that with a straight face though.
Mm-mm.
Travis says a Nanook case to hold my Barrett 50. Can I tell you all about like I have 2 pet peeves of people posting pictures on Reddit. One of them is scopes that are mounted way too high off the rifle and they're like mile high and you got a cheek weld with it.
Yeah.
The other, people who buy cases that are double rifle cases and then they pluck the foam so that one rifle fits in the middle. And then they cut foam for a magazine, and they cut foam for a box of ammo. It's like, you animals! What are you doing? That fits 2 rifles in there. Stop doing that.
You're a savage. Yep. No, I have a Nanook, and I have the foam all traced out for shotgun, rifle, pistol.
You
That's
fit it
it.
all in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways. From Evan, Evan says, a new shooting mat or a Lee Enfield No. 4 Mark 1T in original condition or parts for a 270 I'm planning on building.
Evan, I don't know what your budget is like, but there's one on CGN right now for, I think, $8,000.
He's been extra good, so he gets everything. I just made the decision. And wrap it, put Santa's name on it under the tree. You're good.
There you go. All right. Not sure what you did to tickle her fancy, but you can do no wrong. You know, that's a woman in his arms in that picture there, right? That's
Well, yeah, hey.
probably someone who might take objection to your sudden fondness of him.
A shooting mat. Come on. $80. And then anyways.
Then an $8,000 to $12,000 Lee Enfield. But you're like, whatever, man. You deserve it. I said so.
Well,
We'll buy it for him. If you're so
Exactly.
enthusiastic on this topic.
and then the
Put your money where your mouth is.
Shut up.
You're like arguing.
I fell for that last time when I said shave your legs and I'll buy you a stock.
Right. It's like
Not good at
arguing.
that.
It's like arguing with a liberal, right? Next, she's going to call me racist.
Ever.
I come up with some valid arguments as why she should buy the man the gun, and her only response is, "Shut up." It's like
It's very
4-year-old.
sexist. Shut up. You just said there, Trevor.
Yeah.
Good. I was going for sexist.
Yeah.
Good.
Ian says, I ensured Santa has an MDT chassis under the tree. A Barrett 99 would be nice.
Oh, yes, it would, Ian.
Mr.
We're supposed
Fresh.
to have him on, aren't we?
Oh, we should. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should. Fresh at Kane says a Cadex Kraken. Jeremy with loophole
Jeremy.
Mark 5 HD and all the caliber conversions.
That's nice.
Mhm.
Just all of them.
Hello.
Mark Price wants ammo, lots and lots of ammo.
Okay.
I was considering getting some ammo. I saw that Tanda's got that aluminum cased 115 grain 9mm stuff for $374 per 2,000. That's cheap. That is really cheap ammo.
That is so cheap.
But I still have like a couple thousand 9mm, so I don't really want to. Mike
Pospy.
Mike P. Pospy.
He's watching.
He
Pospy.
says
Is he watching?
MDT.
Yeah, he's watching.
I didn't think he even knew we had a podcast.
We're on Facebook, man.
He's
This is
back.
like, yeah,
It's hilarious.
we're all over the place. We're on
Hi,
the
Mike.
internets.
Well, I mean, he's a buddy, but I didn't think that he. Anyway, carry on.
He's looking
George
for an
McKillop is-
MDT ESS chassis and a couple of mags. wonder what rifle he's putting that in. Or
Merry
putting
Christmas.
in that. Brian wants, he says, I already have a Red Ryder. What else could I possibly, what else could anyone ever want other than a Red Ryder? Did you guys have Red Riders?
No, I did
I
not.
had a Red Ryder. It was a piece of crap. What a crappy gun.
I had one of those.
Your eyes are okay though.
Yeah, that's right. They're intact. I had one of those Crossman pump action BB guns.
Those are all right.
You put a bunch of BBs in the back, and then it was like a bolt action.
You could run a pellet or a BB with those.
Right? Yeah. Or a dart. We used to shoot darts out of them. That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Red Ryder, I could never get it to feed a BB. If you fill the reservoir with BBs, like half the time it would work, a lot of the time it wouldn't. Put rocks in there if you don't have BBs, that would work.
Did I tell you guys I got my Crossman pump action 22 handgun back from my dad?
No.
Yeah.
At 22? 22 caliber?
22
caliber, I like
yeah.
those ones.
Oh yeah, I just completely detail stripped it recently and cleaned it all up, and I mean it was never ever cleaned properly ever. So anyway, this thing, I remember this my entire life. Like this thing was around when I was a child, still functions perfectly. And I don't know if you know, so I'm not a child anymore.
Guns.
They would be, and you're allowed to do it here.
Hunting, you've got your rifle, and then you've got this little like pump 22 air pistol for grouse. Perfect.
Yep.
Next up from Kazaba, a mint condition CZ52 pistol.
CZ52 pistol.
Yeah.
Something for me to look up. Not familiar.
That Makarov looking thing. I think.
No, I can't be. No one would want that on purpose.
Okay.
Dean is looking for a Henry single shot 223 or 4570. What about a pump action 410 or not a lever action 410 mare's leg thing? Yeah. Is that what you meant?
Get with the times.
John says anything in 50 BMG.
There's a lot of people wanting 50 BMGs.
If the Liberals buy and prohibit all of my cool guns, I'm going to buy a 50 BMG.
Right.
I'm going to hunt deer with it.
Awesome. Blow the back out of it, but okay.
Don't shoot it.
Middle is where I'm hoping. I'm hoping for the middle. Now, if they're coming towards me, it'll just do everything. But that's okay.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah. Okay.
You guys seen that video? That old man shoots the doe from the ground blind with a 50 BMG and then claims that the bullet actually didn't touch it. It just sucked the brains and turned them into mac and cheese as it went by. The deer died.
What a load of BS that was. Holy.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe I was seeing that. Yeah.
I couldn't believe I was hearing it. He claimed that the concussion of the bullet passing by the deer killed it.
That's how you know he doesn't shoot a lot of deer.
Right?
That is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Yeah.
Tomfoolery. Okay, good. I'm glad we agree. All right. 2 more. You're free.
Louis says Ruger Bushmaster 450 AR.
Very mean of you to do that.
Is it? I think it is.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
And then Dallas says, Dallas has the most reasonable one here. GM6 Lynx.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Hey,
yeah.
Listen, we said it's a Christmas wish list.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
one of those. That'd be neat.
It would be there neat. They are a semi-automatic bullpup in what? 50? 338?
Or 50 BMG. I can't remember which one.
I don't know, but they're really big. They're really bullpuppy, and they're really expensive.
It's not an assault rifle, so it probably will get through this ban, right? Because it's not an assault rifle. But it's not an assault rifle. 50 BMG.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into listener feedback. And listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers both hot blowing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at www.dcgunsmith.ca. Follow him on the Facebook at /Armory DC Gunsmith and the Instagram at /Armory DC Gunsmith. Huge sale going on. the Black Friday sale has turned into a Christmas season sale. A lot of stuff is marked down. Ruger precision rifles, hunting rifles, shotguns, all kinds of crazy stuff. So, go to the website or call or email. The number is 506-826-9017. And, do that thing where you buy yourself a gun, wrap it up, mark it from Santa, and open it Christmas morning in front of the children. What can she say? Nothing, because she doesn't want to ruin the Christmas, crush the children's dreams. What's next? You start telling them that the Easter Bunny is not real? I don't think so. All right. This first one comes to us from Jerome, but we pronounce it Jeremy. It's Jeremy. It's Jeremy, but he spells it Jerome. Dear wise men and women of Slamfire, I am again in need of your wisdom. While I was talking with the most senior members of my hunting group, one of these gentlemen told me that the barrels of the Lee Enfield, Mauser, Springfield, etc. of the past were more resistant to deformation and could sustain longer continuous firing sessions without needing to cool down when compared to modern hunting rifles. I have no doubt about the veracity.
I have my doubts.
Oh, there we go. I have my doubts of the veracity of this claim. I have, however, very limited experience shooting full-powered rifles, as I have little interest in deer hunting and even less money. So I do all my deer napping with a shotgun and a good book. Deer napping. Good for him. Since most of you have significant experience with milsurps, sometimes in competition, I was wondering if this claim held any kind of validity. Also, I'm thinking about getting my hands on a 20. You know what? We're going to do this one at a time because we always get something. So I disagree. I think metallurgy today is far superior than it was back then, and that modern firearm barrels can sustain fire better than old stuff.
And I would argue that barrels weren't drilled 100% in the middle when a lot of these milsurps were made under rushed conditions in their factories. And as they heat up, that's going to cause the barrel to start to drift the shots over one way or the other, with more of the firearms from the past than today. So I agree that with heat, any of those are going to get worse than the stuff that we have today. It's just no one takes their Axis out and runs through 20 rounds. You could. I bet you your accuracy would start getting worse when it started getting too hot to touch.
Well, yeah, of course.
But who cares? And same thing with all that stuff. I mean, I bet the accuracy with my AR gets bad when I run through 40 rounds in a single stage.
Heck yeah.
But who cares? Just keep sending more rounds.
It's going to open up.
Yeah.
Accuracy through volume.
Yeah.
Also, I'm thinking about getting my hands on a 22, probably a 1022, for next year's grouse/rabbit season. What specific setup would you recommend for this, considering that public land we use has been severely lumbered, so there are only patches of forest left? We drive on old logging roads from patch to patch in a small SUV, guns unloaded, of course, and stop when a spot looks promising to canvass it by foot. So there's a lot of getting in and out of the car, sometimes in a hurry. We get both the stupid and the smart grouse and rabbit species. Some fly off when they see us in the distance, and some stay still. One of my buddies shot a jackrabbit at the dizzying range of 24 inches and managed to miss with a shotgun. Yes, I peed my pants a little.
At least with a rifle with a scope, it could have been like sight over bore or height over bore, right?
McClatchy did that once and literally took the top of his head off and then got blood in his face from the rabbit doing the backflips and stuff. My range is an indoor range with a grand total of 30 yards for practice. But since it's close, I get to go often. I consider putting a red dot or a scope on it. The gun will be carried a lot more than it will be shot. Small game is not very abundant. The budget is small, so pleasant aesthetics are of no concern. Reliability and ergonomics are key, as well as easy optic mounting and maintenance. I hunt in the wintertime, so ease of maintenance is important to me for rust prevention. Thanks again for your answers. Keep up the great show, Jay. So, 1022, sure. 1022, 597, Marlin 795, any of those, fine. They're all about the same for takedown. They're all about the same for cleaning. I'm very partial to the 597. So
the price, the 795 is the cheaper of all of those.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yep. So.
And it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Maintenance is easy. Carrying, they're light. Carrying are easy.
Well, when it comes to the 795, that one is the most difficult to maintain. The takedown and disassembly is by far the most complicated. Your 1022 has a trigger pack that comes out. Your 597 has a trigger pack that comes out. You don't need to disassemble them. You can brush them out, blow them out. So
795, like that trigger mess. It's not a pack. It comes off the same though. You take one plastic pin off, and that thing comes off.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that, Adriel. I forgot that it stayed contained. You don't have to pull it out. Okay.
It just looks like a mess. Like the Ruger is in a nice cassette looking thing.
Yeah. So don't let that dissuade you then from the 795. It is the most accurate of the three. It is the cheapest of the three. You might run into a lemon.
And you'll need a cheek rest if you put a scope or a red dot on it. Because the cheek riser on that thing is only good for iron. Same thing with the 1022.
Yep.
You can just take some electrical tape and a terry cloth microfiber towel and build yourself a
$20 on eBay. Go on eBay, get a $20 cheek rest, strap on, done.
Spent $2 at the dollar store.
Yep. Then it looks like you spent $2.
He doesn't care what it looks like. He wants it to be reliable and all that good stuff. So
he wants cheap.
Yep. Now, all of these are magazine fed, so that's going to be important for getting in and out of the car. All of you can lock the bolt back on all of these one way or the other. Mm-hmm. And so the 1022 is the most difficult to lock the bolt back, but whatever one you go with, you drive around with the bolt locked back and the magazine in your hand, you step out, insert the mag, drop the bolt, one movement, and you're ready to start bagging small game.
Yep.
Scope, red dot, what would you guys pick?
I would go with a 2 to 7 scope. I'd a red dot. It's fun. It's cool, but I still like to have the ability to. I've got a red dot on my shotgun. Love it for hunting. When you put a red dot on a grouse's head and squeeze off a round, that's awesome. On a 22 though, I still think I would like a 2 to 7.
Yep, I agree.
I expect to take longer shots. So,
I mean, I guess it depends where you hunt as well and the distance of it, because there were times this season where I went rabbit hunting and I just opted for the lightest iron sight 22 I could possibly bring, and that was the best gun I could take out because I didn't have anything that was further than say like 30 yards, and that's all iron sight. It's fine.
Yeah, simple. You know what? Hey, we know you can shoot. There's no question. I think 30 yards with an iron sight 22 on small game is a heck of a shot. Good on you.
Well, a scope makes it easier.
Yeah, but still, man.
Yeah.
At 30 yards, you drop the front sight on this Nylon 66. I drop that front sight on a grouse at 30 yards. He's gone. You won't see him anymore. He'll be buried behind the post. Mm-hmm. So good job. This next one from James B. I'm thinking on writing my letter to the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Bill Blair with crayons so they will understand what I'm trying to communicate. Do you think it will work?
Nope.
No.
You have to the computer.
Yeah. You don't have the time or enough crayons.
Pictures would work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Venn diagrams.
Venn diagrams. Yeah.
Just James. Get the girls to draw some pictures with their crayons, and
that'll get it through.
So, Yeah, for sure.
Video singing "Let It Go."
Man, so I just really okay. We're wrapping this up. It's quarter after 10. And I still got like so much to do, and I got to pack to leave for the weekend. Send an email slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shout outs. I have a shout out to Dan Grady for having the Billy Boy Blair in a Facebook like pissing contest. So we were talking about how we are trying to get more likes than an orphanage, and that's kind of unrealistic and maybe even a little bit mean, but who am I to judge these things? Dan Grady comes up with Bill Blair's Facebook page and says, hey, he's got this much. Let's put the push on to have Slamfire pass Bill Blair on Facebook in more likes. And what's Bill at? Like 5,000 or something? Anybody remember?
Yeah, he's 5,500.
Yeah. And so
That's within striking distance.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, we can do that because thanks to Dan's push, we're up to 2,304. So that's pretty darn good. We took a nice little healthy jump since last week. So, Dan, you're the man. So, everybody, help us beat Bill Blair in the Facebook popularity contest, would you? If you're listening, go like the page and follow it because apparently you need to do both. What do I know? So, Adriel, shout outs.
Jason for the Flapjacks and Dave for the Guns on Loan, which I will take to the range and shoot and stuff.
All right. Kelly?
I have one also for Dan Grady. I just wanted to say congratulations on the new edition. Just wanted to say that.
Is that it? You're going to be cryptic like that?
Oh, he just he put it out there that he is going to have a new addition to the family in April.
Is he making babies?
He's making babies,
or is he getting a kitten?
New addition to the house.
He's making babies.
Yeah, is he putting in a gazebo?
Yeah. Yes.
New addition to the family or for the family?
He's to the family.
Oh.
The family's getting bigger.
Oh,
so congratulations.
Is he getting a puppy?
He's getting a baby.
You can't get a baby. It's biologically impossible. A man is never a woman.
I thought you needed to go and pack for the weekend.
I do, but this is more fun. Congratulations, Dan. Readers of the world unite. You guys ever see that meme of Woody Harrelson from the movie Zombieland? They're like, aren't you sad that you never had children? And it's like, yeah, I'm so sad I'm wiping away the tears with $100 bills because I never had children, right? Yeah, that's me. All right. No new Patreonies this week. So if you're not a Patreonie, please consider becoming a Patreonie. And we will consider making bonus content for you, which we are currently in the process of revamping because the current model is dated. So to become a Patreon supporter, head on over to www.patreon.com/Slamfire Radio, and you can pledge as little as $1 a month, but that's boring. Most people are pledging their donations in the form of calibers like 7.62 or 5.56 or 303, et cetera, and so on and so forth, and stuff and things. So please consider that because it helps keep the lights on here at the Slamfire Studios. Another way you can show your support is by going to our website. If you're going to Cabela, visit them through us. Go to us first, stop by, say hi, and then click on the link to go to Cabela's, and we get a kickback for that. So also consider joining one of our national firearms associations. Join one, join them all. We all share a common goal, and that is fighting for our firearm rights. Whether you like the NFA's approach, the CCSA's approach, or the CCFR's approach, it doesn't matter. Join one, join them all, and let's put our differences aside and fight this fight together as one united front, because that's what they're doing. So it's time to put petty differences aside about who has the best gun org, and let's just all be one community. Check us out on Gun Owners of Canada, the better gun page. CGN sucks. I always have to undo anything I do nice. It's what I do. Yep, it's what I do. Sure, I bought you Christmas presents, but I showed up for it drunk. Like I just, you know what I mean? I gotta giveth with the right, taketh with the left. And like CGN doesn't suck. Without CGN, we'd have nowhere to hang out. But GOC is awesome. Sell. And yeah, that's right. Exactly. Well, you could sell on GOC, but GOC has given us a home, and Kelly has done a fantastic job for years now keeping that home updated.
Adriel too.
Oh, Adriel too. All right.
Kelly forgets. I put it on there. I kept
you really. You're
I
really
don't
good
forget.
at you're really good at finding the things that we forgot to do and doing them. Even more so than doing your own stuff. No, you.
Yeah.
Like us on Facebook. Help us beat Bill Blair in the Facebook like thing. I mean, we've already way past all the other podcasts. Now we need to pass Bill Blair. And really, that's not much of a goal. But the fact that we don't have more likes than him, the fact that he only has 5,000 likes is hilarious, though. That's hilarious. Like he's a loser. Okay.
What does that make us?
That
What does make us?
Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house.
here's what it makes us. It makes us on Christmas break. So don't look for us for the next 2 weeks. We will be drunk somewhere, most likely in the tank or snowbanks or ditches. If you live in a town where the law enforcement drives you out to the outskirts and tells you to walk back, move. That's my advice to you. Because Winnipeg is cold in the winter. So,
Perimeter.
yeah. So
Perimeter
2 weeks,
highway.
guys. We're taking our Christmas break. You're all invited to my Christmas party or my New Year's Eve party on December 28th. Don't ask. And we'll see you all in the new year. Thanks for listening, everybody. Best wishes to you and your loved ones for a very Merry Christmas. And stay safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.